All right, let's do this.
Welcome back to the WatchTower Film Podcast, the film review podcast on the Towercast Network by
And the world.
Cinephiles for Cinephiles. That's the wrong fucking podcast, Delao. We're back.
We
What?
are
Did I
back.
yell? No, we keep rocking. We're back. We're back. And Gus was wearing headphones. Now,
Now what?
I'm here to introduce my fellow co-host,
Yes.
Mr. John Eric Osno.
How you guys doing? About to review this sort of film.
Sort of film. All right.
Get away from me.
Mr. Michael Delao.
Bonjour, excited to be on the podcast.
No, you gotta sing it, bro.
What was that? That wasn't singing?
That was just like, a bunch of noises.
Bunch of frequencies that I didn't like.
Do you need something?
I surely do.
Then move your ass.
His favorite line from the whole film. Mr. Austin Young. Make sure we're sounding good on the ones and twos.
Howdy.
No
Howdy.
singing?
Howdy.
You gotta say it with howdy.
Merci beaucoup, bonjour.
Yeah,
They're not Italian,
you
though.
can make it up.
He
I never
spoke in
said they
French.
were.
He just, his hands didn't.
That's what I'm saying. Your mouth may be speaking English, but your hands are doing Italian. And
No song for us today.
you can shove it.
Move your ass.
Move your ass.
His favorite line. I'm your humble film servant, Carlos Adatoro, offering you a writing, directing perspective on this masterpiece
Moving the mic.
of a picture. I am
Why-
moving the mic. Sorry, Bones.
Why don't you give yourself a little bit more credit? What do you say humble?
What's wrong with staying humble?
Yeah.
You should Jackie Moon it, bro.
Because-
Just prop
I'm a
yourself.
Jackie Moon it.
Yeah, bro.
Because why would you be like,
Leading
I
starter.
am the greatest?
I'm at the top of the
That's why
tower.
No,
Something.
I'm your humble film servant.
yeah, you're at the top of the tower with your long hair. Rapunzel,
People
please start
wish
your
they
hair.
were
just with
me.
a guitar, just freaking jamming out to freaking.
you
I'm
left-handed?
I'm ambidextrous, bro.
I'm ambidextrous too, but you went like this.
You guys still have your appendixes?
No.
I took out my tonsils
body
myself.
part altogether, buddy.
I was about to answer that.
You were about to answer that.
I had my appendix taken out.
I think
Did you really?
once.
You have an appendix scar?
That shit almost fucking yeah, dude.
I don't know. You have an appendix scar? Yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead.
show
Show
it
it off.
Whoa!
Is that your penis?
Right there.
For all the audio listeners, just know that he's showing
It's
his
just a
penis.
little.
Wait, go it again.
You can't really see it, bro.
Was it going to burst? Like, did
Yeah.
it hurt? Yeah? Shit, man. That happened to my sister and my mom.
Yeah, but
yeah.
my sister.
I was worried that it would happen to me because it's like, it's in my family.
The doctor was like, "It's because I went one time. They told me it was just gastritis.
Oh, no, baby.
I was like,
and
no, no,
if
no.
you wait at all with that shit, it
Within
just,
like the week, I went back and I was like, this ain't gastritis. And I was like, she's checked and shit.
yeah, it's scary. Cool.
But I felt really good afterwards, so good thing.
yeah.
No wonder you poop like a lot.
I don't think it has anything to do with it. You know what's funny is that we evolved as humans
that out
so
there,
far
guys.
that the appendix is literally that. It does nothing.
It does- it's
quite
just- it's just
genuinely
like a
does
little-
nothing, but it can still kill you.
It's something that just pops out of like your left side of your stomach like that.
Yeah, it does
Isn't
nothing.
isn't it supposed to help you break down raw meat?
No, it's literally in where we are as evolution as humans. It does nothing.
That's what they explain.
We've grown to not
Oh,
use
great.
it.
We lost all of our Christian audience now.
Good. Not for you.
Move your ass.
It's like 2%, bro.
It's like 2%. No, man. Remember the Mormon? We've got a big Mormon population
That's
because of
true.
our name.
No. Jehovah.
Oh, Jehovah Witness. You're right.
The Jehovah.
Have you guys seen that?
Jehevans.
The Mormon show or whatever.
The Book of Mormon. No, I've been wanting to. It's been on my
Oh,
list.
dude.
You went last time, right?
No. But I'm a big fan.
Somebody told me that they went.
Hey, do you see that those two
My friends
fuckers
went.
are doing the thing with Kendrick?
What?
Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the creators of South Park, who created that show.
Uh-huh.
They're doing a musical film with Kendrick Lamar. Officially.
that's
They announced it at South by, I think.
What a collaboration.
Yeah, kind of funky, right? But hey,
Speaking of musicals.
welcome back.
Somehow this.
Speaking of musicals, we're here to talk about Jacques Demy's 1964.
French old waves.
Not a French New Wave, actually.
What is
French
that,
New
man?
Wave musical, which is not, it's not a common,
You know what it means, yeah?
No.
I know what it means. I'm wondering why you're using it on the podcast.
It's a standard umbrella. This is the standard sign for umbrella, bro.
Yeah, this is a standard sign for salt and pepper myself. So
Carlos,
say
let's
when.
see. Do
That's
yours.
over here.
I'd rather not.
All right, man. Let's bring it back.
Just lost the female audience also.
Well, move your ass.
Oh, man. We're here to talk about a French musical slash kind of opera. Sung through musical is what it's officially called.
It is an opera.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No,
Well,
it
I'll
is. It
give
is
my
to an extent. It is to an extent, but it's officially a sung through musical, not an opera.
Oh my god.
It's operatic, but it's not an opera.
We just lost our musical audience.
Move your ass.
Yeah, move your ass.
We were talking about Jacques
That's
Demy.
gonna
Jacques
be the name
Demy
of
is
the episode.
a very special filmmaker.
So
This is a
move
very
your ass.
special film, and I love this film a lot. And these guys have been wanting to cover it on the podcast for a while. Castro had never
Wow.
seen it, so
Yeah, I've been hyping
kinda
it up,
perfect
so
fit.
yeah.
yeah.
You love it so much. Why don't you marry it?
I can't because
I
she
would've if
left
it was
with the
good.
kid. You know, can't marry it.
Fine.
Known as a film for all the young lovers of the world. This thing, I mean, it won the Cannes, the Palme d'Or Cannes. It was nominated for 5 Academy Awards in 1964, which won none of them.
One and all
No, it was like Best Foreign Language, Best Song,
nominee.
Story, Screenplay. And this was when the Oscars had different categories,
Best foreign language film.
but it didn't make it for anything. So,
Wow.
Interestingly enough. But Jacques Demy is just this legend who died in 1990, who was married to another film legend, which is obviously rare form. It's like then it was Noah Baumbach, or now it's Noah Baumbach and Greta Gerwig. Then it was Jacques Demy and Agnes Varda. Agnes Varda was, in my opinion, is probably the best female filmmaker ever. Like, she's a phenomenal filmmaker.
And we just got our female audience back.
But Agnes Varda is an amazing filmmaker. She does a great picture, Cleo from 5 to 7. We'll cover it on this podcast at some point. But she's phenomenal French New Wave filmmaker also. She was married to Jacques Demy.
Sweet.
And she's kind of solely responsible for carrying on his legacy after he died. To the restoring his films, including The Umbrellas of Cherbourg, and just like doing a full-on documentary on him. Like, she directed like so many great things, like Black Panthers. She directed that. It was just she's great,
wow.
and they were married. I'm willing to bet she had a hand on telling him what's cool. She's a very different filmmaker. I know this sounds weird, but just by society standards, she's a more masculine filmmaker, and Jacques Demy's more of a feminine filmmaker, obviously.
Wow.
Which is such an interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
But anyways, just Jacques Demy, the French New Wave. The reason why the Umbrellas of Cherbourg is so
Demy.
kind of great in that era is because the French New Wave took this very artsy. That's how we know the French New Wave. This very artsy, experimental kind of turn. But Jacques Demy was making musicals in the heart of the French New Wave.
What was his era?
1960s,
60s?
1960s, 1970s is the kind of the peak of the French New Wave. 1950s they were doing some interesting stuff, but 60s and 70s was the turn of the French New Wave. And we heard a cool little thing with Patton Oswalt that reiterates that sentiment, right? Like, when you're doing something like The Umbrellas of Cherbourg that emulates American cinema of the 40s and 50s, set in the French New Wave, it's so ballsy, and it's a ballsy film, and it's stood the test of time. So I really wanted to talk about this
I
film.
also love that Patton Oswalt said that it's the most realistic love story.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I feel like when you showed it to us the first time around, it's very much within the idea or perception that most people have, and I'm pretty sure that most men have, like my father, where it's like, I don't want to watch a musical that's just about these two people like falling in love, and then they're just singing about it, and they're all happy and mushy and gushy about it.
A real man.
Yeah. Yeah. And this one definitely breaks that formula. But
Yeah.
it's not even like it's really been a formula. It's just it's one of those that shows you that musicals have
It's
this
the
whole atmosphere.
misconception of
Yeah.
the musical. It is.
Yeah.
It's the misconception of the American musical because we didn't have musicals post 1970 for a long time, and if we did, they were like these weird gems, like All That Jazz, or definitely not Mamma Mia.
Here I go
But
again.
but these jukebox musicals were few and far in between, and musicals were taking risks and still take a lot of risks that other films don't, which is why I want to preserve the musical. But I think you're right, though. I think The Umbrellas of Cherbourg is the biggest juxtaposition of opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes
Yeah.
to storytelling, right? We're going to set this really cold, hard, heartbreaking story set in these heightened sense of reality of a musical and
Yeah.
sing the whole way through. It's so
And,
ballsy, man.
I mean, we'll get into ratings and then I want to
Yeah.
continue the point. But yeah.
Okay. I want to end with Castro because he's the first time seeing it. So, the law?
9.5.
9.5. Austin?
Solid 9.
Solid 9.
Ended with me, or you say yours?
Okay, I can say mine. I guess I'm at about a 9.2.
Look, I don't want to disrespect the film. No, because
That's
I know
not good.
this is one of those jams that you guys talk about. For maybe in the first time, I'll probably give it a
You can be as brutal as you want.
It's your take,
a
man.
6.5.
6.5.
Yeah, I'll talk about it right now. It was just I liked it, but not my type of film, so I give
Yeah.
it a try. It's
Yeah.
just we'll talk about the risky singing everything, like everything.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, 6.5.
Well,
Yeah, it's important to know for the listeners that if you haven't seen this film, which we hope you have, before you come into this discussion with us, it's a sung through musical, which means every word of dialogue is sung.
yeah.
Which I appreciate the risk, and I appreciate all that. Just yeah.
No, I remember
It's a
you
style
talking
thing.
about in the past when we've covered musicals. I remember you talking about how there's certain films where you're like, man, I just wanted to get them to stop singing. I think we talked about in Sweeney Todd, because Sweeney Todd is a very close to that. Like the play
Yeah.
is sung through the entire way. So like, I remember you feeling like, oh, dude, I was just like waiting for them to stop
First of
singing.
all, I don't know what it was trying to be. You guys are saying that it was probably an opera.
It's operatic for sure. I mean, an opera.
Well,
the reason I say it's operatic is
you're-
because in its foundation and its nature, operas are sung through the whole way.
Yeah, but I'm used to operas having like an intermission and those type of things. And
Yeah.
I don't know. This one was just
It's not a straight opera.
No, I
No,
know,
but I
obviously.
feel like the intermissions, and I mean, it's in the modern film intermission way. You
Yeah.
would have these like fade to blacks, and the fade to blacks, much like in a play, where when the curtains are kind of drawn and people go into intermissions, then when they come back, the idea is that they're allowing also time to pass within the play.
Yeah.
you
for
know?
sure.
Not
So-
just that, but you get the film version of that, at least in this scenario, is the act breaks, right? And in
Yeah.
this case, very specifically, the seasons.
Yeah.
Anytime you have a new season, it's like this kind of
Well-
wind down, wind up.
What I'll go ahead.
No, it's good. From what I'm seeing from musicals that
Yeah.
you guys have showed me is La La Land.
Mm-hmm.
Which other ones have we seen?
Sweeney Todd.
Todd, we've covered.
And I guess I've gotten comfortable, or at least I like that
with the blend of
with the blend
on and off.
Yeah, because I saw like even the cop or the had
The
to sing-
mailman or whatever.
The mailman
Yeah.
had to sing songs like.
Oh yeah.
I like that it's risky, and I like they're going with it, like
Yeah.
everybody. But it's just like, and I understand
Yeah, yeah.
you guys have a whole thing
And
about it, but
it's
just-
almost like I think you're feeling like maybe it could have benefited from the very mundane moments being normal dialogue, and then it shifts into the song when it's those.
I'll probably even dumb it down a little bit. I think it was just a little bit hard for me to keep up because it was singing that I had to read
Sure,
Yeah.
kind of sensory
with
overload
a
a little
different
bit for you.
language.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just.
That's
I'll say
completely
this.
fair.
I'll say this. The second time around, only because I had seen it before and knew like the dialogue and all that kind of stuff. It was a lot easier to be like, okay, now I can focus on inflections, because that's what's important in singing. Is that are they singing these somber notes? Are they singing these high notes? And that's what's so difficult, is that when you're reading it, you're getting this almost like straight cut dialogue, like that's what they're saying. But the singing element really does inform where they're at emotionally.
For sure. And then I'm going to get a lot of like hate for this, but I just think like talking about the songs, none of them were very, very memorable.
As
And
standalone
that's-
songs.
yeah.
Because we're so used to the American jukebox musical form, right? We're used to like, if we're not watching a musical with original songs like La La Land, we're watching Grease or something of songs that you know.
Okay.
No, but I
from,
think he's
societal
saying that
aspects.
like when you look at it compared to like other musicals,
Yeah.
musicals will have a number. Like they'll have a musical number in there. So
this takes it a step further, right? If La La Land has City of Stars, right? This has the theme. This has man, I'm gonna mess up the name.
Owl Bound Back.
I'll always remember you or something like that is the name of the title of the song. But yeah, that's what this has. It takes it a step further, right?
Right.
It's the theme. Anytime this kind of sad, blatantly almost hopeful theme, that's the inflection. That's the theme of the song, right? That's the theme of the film.
I just feel like in some of them, like they stuck to their guns.
Yeah.
Where it was a little bit awkward, like the mailman for me, where it was just like that doesn't fit, but we're sticking to our guns, so he's got to sing just those two lines that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
And
the beauty of being immersed into a musical world. Most people, I think, I've heard complaints. I don't know if I've heard them from you guys, so I don't think I have. But a lot of people who hate musicals will complain that they just randomly in musicals they just randomly break into song.
Okay, well here's a
Right.
perfect question for you. Why do you love it?
Why do I love musicals, or why do I love this
Why do
specifically?
you prefer, I guess, in this song?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not in this movie, but to just straight up dialogue. Because you're a big dialogue guy.
In this scenario, because the dialogue is just as strong. It's just delivered in a different way.
Dude, I feel like I'm sounding dumb to the audiences.
no, but it's
I was trying.
The audience is. I'm sorry. The dialogue is
trying to
just as
figure it out.
strong. The thing about musicals that I will reiterate till my death, that people don't understand or that don't appreciate about musicals. You can't appreciate a musical until you lean into the skid of what a musical is. What is a musical? A musical is a story set in the musical sphere, a musical world, to heighten reality. And why are we heightening reality? Because in song form, you could be more expressive.
Hiding or exaggerating?
Heightening.
I mean, in a
Heightening,
way,
because
it's
you're
very similar.
Yeah, right.
yeah,
my bad,
to an extent, right?
yeah.
But it's because it's your internal externalizing. When you're talking like this, when you're even dialogue, you're trying to sound smart. You're trying to protect your emotion by sounding smart. You're trying
Right.
to outwit the other person.
I'm with you on that.
In musicals, it's like I'm going to express myself in the utmost way so you can understand me. It's the emotion becoming a raw exposition of in song via song.
And see, and I think that's where you guys lose me. Is like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't appreciate
Yeah.
it. I just don't connect with that.
Let me give you an example that I think you might connect with, right? There hasn't been one that has been successful, and the one that has been successful just did something super original that was hard to ignore. Think of like hip hop, right? Where somebody could just talk about being from the streets and having hardships. When they use it in song form, it's heightened. It's telling a story.
That's why I like this.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you on
and,
this. Okay.
And the reason I say that it hasn't really been done in musicals, a hip hop musical, is like Hamilton, right? Hamilton is a hip hop musical.
Yeah.
That was done successfully, right? But it was using the rawness, the kind of urban factor of hip hop to tell a story set in the 1800s, 1700s. You know, like, so that's the whole point of a musical, right? When you know that little bubble, you can dive inside that little bubble, you know, and float through the musical because you're not paying attention to like, why are they fucking singing all the time? You're paying attention to why they're singing all the time. Why is it important to convey this emotion via a song? You know,
And I'm sorry for
yeah.
for just dragging this
No,
conversation.
you're good.
I guess I really love La La Land because
Yeah.
that was the punch that I liked. You have the dialog
Mm-hmm.
and then the singing or the dancing or the piano.
helped elevate it.
Exactly.
Okay.
That was the punch. Whereas with this one, it's just
There's no elevation because it's all
Even the
singing.
songs. I'm not saying they're
Well,
monotone, but they were just kind of like.
I think that's why it's
no-
risky and why it's important for. I'm not saying all musicals should do this. This was a very niche thing.
Right.
What I am saying is that what's important to note about this musical is that it's not depending on the songs to do that for them. It's depending on the story.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So
yeah,
it's not depending the rises and the falls. Sure, it's inflection in the music, it's inflection in the tones in the song, and how the actors are delivering their dialogue via song, but they're not depending on the songs to make a musical a musical. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where La La Land, and I love La La Land, everybody knows this. La La Land will depend on the songs to deliver a punch. This thing is saying, no, we're gonna flatten that line. And what's going to make this film an interesting film is the storyline and how we weave the songs into the story, not the other way around. Yeah?
Also,
Yeah, it
I'll say this, like,
Yeah.
in this format, right? Again, like in a song, such as like La La Land or other musicals, words are rhyming, words blend together really
Yeah.
well, and all this
True.
kind of stuff. And in this one, it's singing regular dialogue. When you read it, it's just like, oh, hey, did you get the mail today? No, I really didn't. Hey, did you take out the trash? Yeah, I have it packed over here, but I'll take it outside in a second. Like, that's the type of dialogue you're reading. So then you think like, well, what's the importance of like singing it? Or like, what is song really doing to those moments? But what's interesting, like I said, on a second watch, I was able to pick up more. when it comes to like the basic banter, like when at the very beginning when Guy's in the auto shop and he's going around, he's doing his thing. It's like, hey, can you take my shift later on? Oh, I got to fill up this car. Hey, this guy just needs his keys. And it's going through there. But then once they're singing about things like, oh, I don't feel like I can get past the feeling of losing you or all that.
That's fine.
Those
That's
sections,
where you think that the musical elements only belong in those moments. Or at least that's what you're used to, right?
But why sing about, you know?
Because if you notice, they're also able to use the music as this weird atmospheric tone for the environment they're in.
It's creating a world.
Yeah, because like when you see the upbeat music at the beginning, even though they're talking and acting very normal to each other, like they're not dancing, it's so upbeat that you can tell that that's like the state everybody's in. Yeah. Like business is booming. Everybody's doing great.
Yeah.
They're going on dates. The dates are going well and stuff like that. That then when it lulls out, you're feeling the waves. I think it's just the fact that everything being sung makes it that instead of punches, it's these waves.
It's life. It's life. And I know that sounds like a very, very blanket statement. Let me explain why. It's life. When the emotions that you're internalizing as a human being through the human experience, the mundane, everyday bullshit of going to work and fighting with your boss and not making money and not making enough money and wanting to get married and wanting to do all those emotions, you're feeling what this music is doing. You're feeling that, I hate work, I hate this, it's moving, it's pacing, it's fast, I want to get through it. All of these kind of hills and valleys, peaks and valleys, are what the music is doing consistently to convey every emotion in every moment. It's easy to make a musical and use song. And again, it's going to sound like I'm bashing other musicals. I'm really not. It's easy to make a musical and make the song pull your heartstrings because they know how to pull your heartstrings.
Right.
They know how to swell the music and put the violins up and swell the violins down and put a single piano in very sad moment. They know how to pull your heartstrings. This is just pulling your heartstrings by conveying where you are musically, and where you are musically in the peaks and valleys of music. That's where the emotion is. If you're at a really high, it's very happy. It's very fast paced. It's very this. If you're at a very low, we're slowing down. We have to simmer into this moment very keenly. You know?
I got that, yeah.
So that's
Also,
the difference too, right?
I'll add in that we've normally seen, like, I'll say they're not even musicals, but like with the Hallmark Channel, one of the worst things that they do is that they use music to help convey emotion.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, it's like the script, the acting, none of it's really like forcing a tone, but then they'll just say, let's throw in a very cheery song to show that they're falling in love, and the music
easy,
swells and
it's
all that.
easy.
And then because
It's
of that, then people feel like, oh, it was so romantic that they were looking at each other. And it's like, yeah, but there's nothing that suggests that in the movie they should be like falling in love right here, but the music's there and it's
too
forcing
easy.
the emotion.
Yeah.
I think when it's done masterfully, like in this film, the reason I rate it so high is because the music is going at an equal pacing, if not a little behind the dialogue, where then you're feeling these valleys, you know, you're feeling, again, I call them valleys instead of these sharp little turns of like, oh, there was a surprise, or oh, we're happy and all that kind of stuff. You're feeling like the ride of life. I love the dialogue between like the mother and the daughter when they're like, we don't know if we're going to be able to pay the bills. We got to start looking at selling things. Yeah. And she's joking around and she's like, well, how could I be happy at a time like this and all that? And it's interesting because where those could have been moments that if, let's say, the dialogue was just given out flat, no music or anything, it just sounds like a girl being like, well, you know, why does it matter? And then we're just focusing on her tone, and then we're focusing on the mom's tone. But the music homogenizes everything, where you're feeling the states of everything in the room. I think it just makes it more fluid, you know?
What's beautiful about it is this story would work without any of the musical aspects.
Yeah.
It just would. It's a great story.
Yeah, it is.
Very universal, right? But what I love about it is when you read the tagline on the poster says, young, for all the young lovers of the world, right? And I think that that's the principle, that when you remember your first love, because that's what this film's about, it's their first love. I mean, she's 17. When you remember
20.
your first love, you remember these like romanticized moments, right? Until you don't, until it becomes less romanticized, right?
Yeah.
Until the heartbreak is the heartbreak, and that's the only thing you remember. But it's this weird musical scope of things, right? It's just like, man, I remember when I met her. I remember when I fell in love with her. I remember when I lost her. And I don't know. I mean, I guess that's also a weird point because I think, I mean, I'm a musician, right? So I think in those notes very clearly, like I can score my own life almost. And this is scoring life. It's very much scoring life. It's scoring the rhythms and beats of life.
I think instead of it being broken up into multiple songs, this is just one big song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
isn't
the
that what
rough
life is?
part. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
It's one big song, right? That's what life is. It's one big song. In this scenario, that's exactly what it is. It's
But
one long song, but it's using the motifs to show you the peaks and valleys. It's showing you I don't have to separate the songs in this scenario because that's not how life works. Instead, I'll make you feel when a chapter closes out, when a chapter starts up again, when we, through song.
No, I see what you guys are saying. I guess it's a creative style, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm maybe not.
your sensibilities just aren't there.
Yeah. What was I gonna say?
Well, I just feel like it's that. I mean, I don't want to discount the fact that these films, it's like experimental films. They're very different in their execution. They're not traditional. It's a different frame of mind I think audience members need to be in when watching them. So again, I could watch a really experimental film like Man with a Movie Camera. Like, if you ever watched that one, it's these weird cuts. It's these random moments that bleed into the next thing. There's music in the background. And it's weird. And a lot of people will feel like, okay, sure, on a very technical front, maybe I can appreciate it. Maybe I can appreciate what the storyteller was doing.
Right.
But it didn't move me at the end of the day, maybe like it should have. And I don't think that that's a bad thing. And I don't think for any audience member, there's a bad element to not liking this genre.
Yeah.
The talk is more, why. I think that's a better
I guess for
question,
me, it's just I want to understand why it's praised as such a good movie.
Yeah.
And you guys were talking about, has it ever been replicated or even trying to like?
Yeah, I think Austin asked her in the screening, like, is there any other songs that are operatic, essentially? And there is. It's a very small list, cinematically.
And I
it's
wonder
like
why.
a list of like 50 films, maybe.
Oh, okay. That's
Pretty small in the scope of all of cinema, right?
In all the years, yeah.
But I mean, things like we had mentioned, the Ten Commandments.
Cats was horrible, dude. So come on.
Well, that's based on the play too, right?
Cats
Les
sung
Miserables, Miss Saigon.
I haven't seen Les Miserables.
I haven't seen the film. I've seen the play.
Miserables.
Yeah.
Miserables, yeah.
Yeah.
That was apparently it's one of the books that everybody should read before they die. It's like on one of those lists. Les Miserables.
As is this film.
I'm just asking that because
It's a book.
Yeah. No. I mean the film.
Really wanna
We're
understand-
here on this list. Umbrellas isn't on here.
Yeah, it is. It's at the bottom.
It's all the way to the last.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
It's next to
The
Undead
Ten
the
Commandments,
musical.
the musical. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But see, they're not really.
Evita.
Umbrellas is the only one that really stands out.
No, I mean, well, it's because, again, in the musical world, right? Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, Jesus Christ Superstar, Les Miserables, like all Broadway plays, essentially, that still have a life of their own. But I guess that's what's also very special. I also think if you look at this film and you look at the sung-through musical, it's a tool, right? It's a style.
For sure.
So let's explore that for a little bit. For instance,
As a tool.
exploring making a film in black and white.
Oh, I've always wanted to do that.
Exploring making a film in 4:3 aspect ratio. All of these are styles that you want to explore in that space.
Right.
Well, why do I want to explore in that space? The lighthouse. Well, because it's like a photograph of that era.
Yeah.
We want to emulate that. Black and white. Well, we can accentuate the lighting so that the key kind of dramatic moments could breathe a little better. Whatever. Right. In this scenario, it's a style. Right. We're gonna set this picture in this cinematic style because we think it lends itself to it. And what's beautiful and also kind of shameful about this film is, you're right, Castro. In the mainstream, there hasn't been other films that have done it anymore, right? At least lately.
And I think
it's
a lot
shameful
of it,
because if I'm interpreting it the way I think Jacques Demy wanted you to interpret it, it's a very slice of life film. It's something that happens to everybody every day,
Yeah.
Guy goes off to war, chick gets knocked up. I mean, like, it's something that happens pretty regularly.
Yeah, just the creative side of being a whole.
Up by another guy.
In El Paso, absolutely. No, but it's a tool, right? It's a space, and if we set this film in this space, it's very intentional. Sometimes it isn't. Mamma Mia is set in a fucking jukebox musical for a gimmick, for to sell tickets, to sell ABBA records.
No,
you know,
and then, I mean, like, one of the first notes I had when we watched this film. Oh, unless you want to.
No, go for it.
No, I was gonna say one of the first notes I had when we watched this film is I love the way it captures at the beginning the first act, which is I think called The Departure. It covers that early romance, again, young love that like when it's good and it's great. With your first love, everything's, it's almost picturesque. I love the colors and the way everything's staged, and you remember those moments, and they just felt perfect and just lights everywhere.
Yeah.
And then I love how later on when it transitions, then the tune doesn't feel the same. The songs don't feel the same. Nothing really kind of like goes. And then, again, it's weird because the story. Did she make a bad choice by not listening to her heart from the very beginning and moving forward with a guy who was going to be able to take care of her and settle down with her and help her raise a child when she was just gonna have to raise it alone? It's like, no, she didn't make a bad choice, but like it's playing into that idea that, it feels like a song at first, but if you try to keep that throughout the rest of your life, that song's not gonna sound the same. That song's gonna deteriorate. It's gonna feel different. The song's not happy all the time,
No, yeah, man. I guess I'm just boiling it down to like, my palate's not there for musicals.
Yeah.
I do want to compare a little bit because when you talk about La La Land, Castro,
There's some good things that I like, though. We'll talk about
Okay.
that. Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about why I even watched this film, right, to begin with. Damien Chazelle, the director of La La Land, has noted this to be his favorite film of all time. And directly inspired La La Land in a lot of fashions.
For sure, that's what I want to talk about, the good things that I like.
Okay.
My bad.
No, I'm wondering if you should talk about it first so that we could touch on
obviously
it.
colors, the vivid colors. You could tell right away they took it off the book from Umbrellas.
Yeah, for sure.
La La Land has these
even the
color
set design.
schemes.
Set design for sure.
Yeah. I mean, we even wrote a whole paper about it. the color schemes and what they mean to each scene. And
Oh,
what's
you're
going
right.
on.
I'd forgotten about this.
So I like that about this one. Like, it's obviously very visually pleasing, and
Yeah.
that's about it.
That's about what you like.
No, yeah, the story's good. It's just
Yeah.
the whole musical thing. I'm still not there.
So yeah, that's fair.
I'm more.
I can understand too, like what you said about the kind of sensory overload thing of having to read the subtitles.
Yeah, there's one thing that we get in a fight. It's like I don't like to read the movie. I like to watch the actors. They like to read it.
Well, because
they're like women.
It's just like the Bong Joon-ho thing, right? If you can't watch foreign cinema unless you watch it dubbed, and that's a horrible way to watch foreign cinema.
Well, what?
Though you can't. With foreign cinema, there has to be an exception, right? Because you can't.
No, for sure. Parasite taught us real good.
Yeah.
But an American film, why do you want to?
This isn't an American film.
No. But I'm talking about. Us.
I know, but
You're talking about the
that's
fight for no subtitles.
Yeah. Well, but in this scenario, it's no contest. You have to, in foreign cinema.
And again, the
again,
audience know that I'm coming from that.
Yeah.
I hate it. And
when a film's good, I think it has rewatchability, and it's going to keep communicating to you
big thing,
throughout life, right? And I mean, again, I've seen this. I remember the first time we saw it was pandemic times.
Oh wow!
And then life goes on and life happens, and then after life happened, we watched it right now, and my take on it is completely different and opened up, and I had more time to breathe with it. Yeah, and in that it holds the same punch, but now different moments are capturing me, and then on top of that. On the second watch, like as far as like American English speaking audience goes, the first time, I had to kind of like read everything, and you're listening to the music, and you're kind of like, I'm trying to pay attention to both things, and it's rough. The second time around, I could focus more on performance, songs, and all that. And each time I watched, I feel like I'm going to be able to pick up a little bit more. So it's definitely one of those that's going to be
definitely a second.
It's going to be a heavy watch, just very
for
dense.
The first one,
And then the more time you give it to breathe, the better it's going to get. I think it's going to it ages really well. And I mean, this was done back in the 60s?
64.
And I love the way it communicates to audiences now. I mean, the fact that a lot of the themes are present and there, and everybody
has felt this emotion in some version.
Everybody's felt this. Everybody's tried to explain it, and this was just Jacques Demy explaining in the best way he knew how.
Yeah.
And the reason I rate films high is I feel like they take all the tools of the cinematic world and incorporate them into telling a story. And on the music front, the cinematography, the actors,
That's
the
how we base
set
it off.
design, the wardrobe, it incorporates
The
every
marriage.
element to give you the best story possible. And I feel like it's just so impactful. And then again, it's daring, but I think once you can kind of get past that feeling of like, God, there's a lot of singing. Oh my God, there's a lot of singing, and they really do. Like with
They
every
lean into
with
it.
every good movie, I think they open up the film in a way that it's meant to shock you a little bit. Because even if you remember the opening dialogue, they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna take my girl to an opera," and it's like, "Oh, I hate operas. There's too much singing. I really like movies."
Yeah.
Like they're
prefer
even
the
kind of
movies.
like teasing, like, "Yeah,
This is what you walked into, kid.
This is what you got." Yeah, like
and,
you know.
again, it's something that Damien Chazelle emulates in La La Land. We're gonna open with the biggest musical number we could possibly open with to let you know you're in a musical. This is a full-fledged Hollywood musical. If this isn't your bag, walk out. You're not gonna enjoy this picture.
No,
You know?
I mean, I'll give you that. It definitely deserves a second watch.
Right.
And
But
we'll get a second
I
watch.
will say, I just do want to make all the connections with La La Land because Jacques Demy Pictures really did inspire Chazelle.
Everything?
Pretty much, man. Like between this film and The Young Girls of Rochefort, it shocked me how much Damien Chazelle really paid homage to this picture. I mean,
Did you see the thing about his composer?
Homage.
Hurwitz?
yeah,
That anytime it screens in LA,
he has to go, and it was one of his favorite composers, Justin Hurwitz, man, like composer of La La Land. That's how him and Damien Chazelle connected in college, was over musicals and over French musicals. And for instance, in La La Land, we see the seasons.
Yeah.
Same thing, right? We're gonna
Yeah.
go through the seasons of
You know-
a year, right? Essentially,
You know, I was gonna go through the whole route that maybe I didn't watch it at the time I should have, but this guy watched
Put
it
the
4
pink
years
dress.
ago. So I can't use that.
look at the dress.
Look at that.
Right? Go to the white dress. There's one with a white dress.
No, the only thing I was gonna say is like, I mean, I feel like life really just letting it breathe, and also the circumstance I went through, like, you know, going through a relationship, first relationship, and then breaking up, and then being in something new and all that kind of stuff, and having all that under my belt now, and then watching this movie again after like all this time passed, I'm like, wow, these scenes feel very different.
Yeah.
This feels very, you know, because
That's beautiful.
yeah,
Go
yeah.
to the image of the circle. That one.
But it's
That
also-
dress is the actual dress that
The
the girl,
original?
that the original wears. There's a side by side somewhere, but
well, I'm gonna be kind of like
no. Anyways, I want to point out the musical factors
Yeah.
of La La Land because it took all of those things, right? The color palette, the use of
oh, I want to hear this.
blocking in a single in a oneer,
Right.
rather, and kind of took those and really lended it to also stylistically. Think about that dress. Think about
Nice, dude. I love stuff like that. That's beautiful.
why does Sebastian wear a brown suit?
yes,
Because
That's
Guy
cool,
wore
dude.
wore
Yeah,
a
yeah.
brown suit.
gay,
Guy, whatever. Guy in French, guy in English.
gay.
But yeah, brown
that,
suit,
right
right? And all the color of the wallpaper in Mia's apartments, for instance, all very colorful, all very intentional,
So
but emotionally too, right? The ending, the La La Land ending.
compared to this one, compared to this one,
Yeah.
It's the exact same
I
ending.
thought the same thing.
It's the exact same ending. She has a daughter with another man.
Also,
Right? I mean,
she's
is it-
just coming back into town.
Yeah.
Like they're not even staying there for a long time.
She
It's
made
like
a detour or whatever.
yeah, like they're just making a detour. And in coming back to town
Never
after
thought
being
I'd
gone
run
for a
into
long
you.
time, she just came from France, right?
Yeah.
Like then it's kind of like, oh, I never thought I'd see him again. And then when she sees him, they just kind of have that
all
little,
the
like,
emotional
the look.
beats, the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
emotional and almost aesthetic beats of the Umbrellas of Cherbourg are the emotional and aesthetic beats of La La Land. The Young Girls of Rochefort, it's musical. And all of the you hear put on the put on the Young Girls of Rochefort's like music.
No.
Yes.
No, we can't. Like, just
Oh,
explain
you're
it.
right, YouTube.
Just explain it. Just explain it.
You're right, YouTube. But the music from Young
Yeah,
Girls
but
of
no,
Rochefort.
I don't want to like a pause, like
Yeah.
in the. the podcast. Like okay, if you want to listen to it, and then we can explain it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he's just gonna cut out the audio.
Oh, it's a trailer.
Oh, you're saying the pause, yeah. See, but I got a good question.
Just keep talking. The copyright won't pick it up, you know?
No, it's also in a case specific, like the main theme of Young Girls of Rochefort is the main musical theme of La La Land and Guy and Madeline on the park bench. It's the exact same thing.
But here's my take.
Yeah.
And definitely can be controversial.
Didn't
La La Land got a lot of inspiration from Umbrellas.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't they go the full fledged?
Because
they're telling
Americans
a
can't
modern
fucking
story.
take it.
Exactly.
Also, also
Americans aren't ready for it, man.
they're telling a modern
No,
story.
not ready for
They're
it.
telling a modern story.
Yeah, they're telling a modern
I don't know.
story.
Well, yeah,
I wouldn't
well,
lean
no,
into
no,
that reason.
No, but I'm saying that like in this one, the act that pulled them apart was
War.
Was war. It was having to be
I also wanna hear
drafted.
my
And
take.
like La La Land, the whole notion was a career and opportunity. The reason that they go to LA is because they're trying to look for career and opportunity. The reason they split up is because they're not able to find the same
Yeah.
kind of path on like.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't lean into that only because at the time, the Umbrellas of Cherbourg was taking place only, 5 years before they actually shot it.
Yeah.
So it was
Subscribe.
modern,
Get
right,
it.
to an extent. I think it's because people wouldn't fucking process it.
Yeah.
I think people are so as it is. People
I
hate
just think it's
musicals.
the evolution, man. That's
No, I just think as it is, people hate musicals. Musicals get a bad rap amongst most movie lovers. So to make a musical that people, at least in the French New Wave, you could experiment. At least in the French New Wave, you can make something like this, and people are going to sit and actually try to process it. American society today, especially American society, they wouldn't.
because that's our palate. That's
It's very sad.
No, but also
not sad.
you're not wrong.
It's
You're not
just-
wrong. You're not wrong.
the palate's
It's just the
different.
preferences, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's preferences. Because
said-
I'd say that the palette of like today. No, I'm sorry.
No. It's because he just said that even in the film community, a lot of people hate musicals.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's a reason for it.
No, not in the film community.
In
the audience going, the movie going audience.
Okay. I thought
community.
you meant like film.
No, because this is like one of the like. This is probably on the side of Sound Poll. No.
Oh, absolutely.
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
It just got off of BFI, if I'm not mistaken.
What I'm saying is, I kind of would have guessed it that wouldn't hold up today. That's why they
Ooh.
went.
Well, no, you're
that's
right.
why they went the
no,
La
you're
La Land
absolutely
route.
right.
And you're saying that it's.
I'm not
'cause-
arguing against it.
Yeah,
I'm saying I'm agreeing with you, and I'm saying that it's because of music and American music. American audiences are stupid.
Nah.
No, genuinely, dude.
I understand what you're saying about Umbrellas, that they took a risk and they're creative and it's kind of an experiment. With US, it's more of a
American audiences
we
are
know
lazy,
what we
man.
like. No, we know
No,
what we
they're
like.
just lazy. What do you like? What do we like? What do Americans like? What do you think?
Besides the whole superhero genre stuff, we like drama.
No.
Barely.
You like Thriller.
I'll put it to you this: we like
122.
Yeah, it's right there on the screen.
we like everything, and at the bottom of the list is musicals.
No.
So on the critics poll, this is on the Sight and Sound poll list for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
I also want to explore something with you guys,
for
with
it.
everybody, with you guys. I really want to sink my teeth into this part of the conversation because,
Yeah.
yesterday we want to go screen another French picture. What? 122 on the critics poll, by the way.
blue.
It's above Wizard of Oz, and Wizard of Oz is an American musical. I want to talk about the fact that yesterday we went to go screen another French film. Look, man, as much as I didn't want to admit it, when I first started watching cinema, I didn't believe it either. I thought the French are dumb. They had their moment. We're making better pictures. Not we Americans.
I don't think that.
No, I did.
Okay.
I can openly say that. Like, the French, they're too pretentious as filmmakers. They're not making good shit. It's all experimental. It's all weird. And I would see things like Godard or like Francois Truffaut, and then I didn't get it. And I was like, all right, okay, I guess it had its moment. And now I'm starting to realize, man, these motherfuckers invented cinema, first of all, and they still know how to do this shit super effectively, right? We talked about the Anatomy of a Fall, right? Which is up for a ton of conversation, right? The French still know how to do it. And the more I watch cinema, French cinema, the more I'm like, fuck, dude, these guys had a hand on it. These guys have a hand on it.
I think Americans just perfected
And
it.
also, I think Blue would not sit well with Americans.
Right.
Clip
Absolutely.
it, cut it.
I know, but I
repeat
think Blue Even's a little more palatable for Americans, right? At the very least. Not as much, but anyways, we went to go watch Three Colors, the first film of the Three Colors trilogy last night,
We'll
which
be
is
covering it on this.
Blue. Yeah, we'll be talking about it on their trilogy month.
Yeah.
But at first glance, right, at first watch, we took Ricky, shout out to Ricky, and Ricky screened it. He had never screened it before, and he's like, yeah, it's been on my list forever. And he finally screens it, and he's like, yeah, man, cool, good shit. It just, it felt like pretty patterned life, right? What everybody goes through, it's pretty,
Yeah.
And I started thinking about that, and I'm like, yeah, man, you know what I've been analyzing lately is the more I go back and watch what people regard as high cinema, right? Me, I hadn't seen it yet, so
Yeah.
I talked about like the Apu trilogy,
Right.
The Apu trilogy is just this my first introduction to pure cinema, what I define as pure cinema, which has no bells and whistles, no fancy shots, no fucking nothing. It's just a story
Yeah.
that is either gonna draw, or you're gonna be drawn to, or you're not. Right, it's gonna take you to the emotions that it's trying to or not. And then I screened Tokyo Story, also on the number 3 or something on the Sight and Sound poll list, and I'm like, okay. And then I sat with it, and 2 weeks later, I'm like, oh, it's exactly that. It's this depiction of a 1940s Japanese family, and it's just day in the life, almost slice of life thing.
Yeah,
just like the Apu trilogy. Oh, it's pure cinema. And when I watched the Three Colors trilogy, it's a little fancier in its approach. It's modern, so it's the 1990s. But it's exactly that. And I think to myself, Umbrellas of Cherbourg, mundane slice of life. Every human goes through their version of this. And I'm starting to get obsessed with the fact that pure cinema doesn't have to get cheeky. It doesn't have to give you any bells and whistles. The musical element, if anything, for most people, right, the sung through element, it's probably a drawback. Like in your case,
Yeah.
It's a drawback. So imagine it's like playing golf, right? When you have a handicap, you're automatically positive so many numbers so that it balances out because you suck.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Think of this as a handicap. This story is so good that it even communicates through what people may consider as bad, the musical element.
That's pretty okay.
It surpasses, right, that's handicap. And it's so rare for something to do that. It's so, and I think that's why pure cinema is so mind-blowing, because it's not mind-blowing. You know what I'm saying? It's not mind-blowing in its approach of trying to be mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing in its approach of being good storytelling, period.
Yeah.
And its effectiveness is crazy, right? And I also think as genius as somebody like Jacques Demy or Satyajit Ray are, I think they're happy accidents. I think it's all the stars aligning for the cinematic value of every department to come together to make this perfect story.
Oh, yeah.
That's so special in cinema. It's so special in art when it just happens and there's no clear... Yeah, you can be as intentional as possible and it could still fail. Whereas something like this, pure cinema, is going to work because it's going to work. The stars are aligned. The stars are aligned for it. And I love that about the Umbrellas of Cherbourg, that it's this story. Dude, you know how many indies have ripped off this fucking story?
That's why
and done it poorly.
I was with you, to pick this one because
Yeah.
of Joker, the second one.
Oh yeah,
I was whoa, I gotta be familiar
No, and
with
then
these type of films.
when you see Joker, and it's funny because you think it's just paying reference, but no, it's taking the elements that this one established, which is how color and the vividness of set design and costumes and all that can really influence the way we view life. You know?
Yeah.
And the fact that in the Joker, I mean, though we know not a whole lot about the story,
Right.
We can see that whenever he's feeling like his life's going well, then it's this heightened reality. It's like a musical. The colors are so much more vivid. It's funny how I remember when watching the Joker's trailer where the umbrellas pop out and then it's all these beautiful colors, and it's because you could see his mind shifting. And that's what this is playing into.
Yeah.
It's playing into the idea that when you're in love or you're experiencing sadness, losing somebody that you think is your world. Like I love her line in the movie when she says I would have died for him, so why aren't I dead?
Yeah.
And those things where it's just these
We've
deep
felt
emotions.
That. We've all felt that, but have never had the balls to articulate it. Even if you're talking to your friend about it, you're not going to tell them. I mean, we're men, right? So it's a little harder for us too. But
Yeah.
even women are gonna,
Yeah.
go this route, and that's what the music does. It allows you to express something that you wouldn't have otherwise expressed verbally, right? It's the emotion coming out. Like, I have to sing about this because it's so fucking big. It's too big of an emotion for me to just tell you about it.
Now we're talking
I
about
have
La La
to
Land, right?
Sing about it, yeah, absolutely.
No, we're talking about this too.
Well, we're Umbrellas of Cherbourg.
I didn't feel
When that mailman is singing that he has the mail,
Exactly. See, he knows what I'm referencing to.
hey, he's living his best life right there.
I'm just saying.
He didn't have to say much for me to know that is the most satisfied mailman in the world.
Look, no,
Let me
I
wait,
really
hold
do
on.
appreciate-
Let's draw it back a little bit to the Joker, right? I have a theory that's not a very far-fetched theory. I'm pretty sure this is a common theory, I think.
Pretty lame.
When you see the trailer, my theory is that the second film, he's in an insane asylum
Yeah.
for the first, at the end of the
That's
first
how
film,
it
right?
ended, yeah.
My theory is that this motherfucker's on drugs. Genuinely, he's drugged out.
Yeah, because they make him
Right?
take stuff, yeah.
And it's all taking place in his head. At least the musical numbers. Or maybe all of it. Maybe the entire picture takes place in his head. And by the way, it doesn't have to mean that it takes place in the insane asylum. He could break out, he could do all this shit, and it's still taking place
Yeah,
in his
yeah,
head,
yeah.
right?
No, yeah, yeah. I'm with you on
And
that.
when it does,
I like that.
how else are you going to externalize what's literally inside your mind for somebody like that?
But that's
Yeah.
We're going to make it a fucking musical. We're going to make it a production because now he just went on the talk show and killed Bob De Niro's character. He's famous. He's fucking, this is the show, baby.
You know,
You know
would
what I mean?
feel cheated
In what way?
if you found out it was just a dream?
Well,
No, because
not a dream. I didn't say a dream.
Oh, well, all in his head. Like nothing happened, but it was in his head.
No. I
No.
didn't say that either. I said that what
The
is
way he
happening, the way
perceives-
the way he perceives life, the way he's perceiving whatever he's doing, breaking out of the insane asylum, and they're breaking the song.
But it's not-
his emotion perceiving that, and that's why the musical factor's coming out. Also, it's important to note in the first Joker, this guy is a showman. He likes the cameras. He likes the laugh from the comedy clubs. He likes the attention, right? So how else can you really get people's attention in the show business?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's externalizing where his head's at now. So it's not a dream sequence. It's not fake. It's not meant to be cheated. It's him walking out the front door, and whatever emotion he's feeling in that moment, that's the song that's going to come out of him,
Oh, but so it's not like something else is happening.
I don't... No.
that's at least theory.
That's a theory. That's the theory. That's my
A game theory.
I think it's a pretty... I don't think it's a far-fetched theory.
It's
I
not a
think-
far-fetched one, yeah. I'll give you that.
My point
I like
is,
those theories.
I think that's why the Joker's doing it. Austin put something up on the screen that's important to note also. The Umbrellas of Cherbourg also inspired Barbie.
It makes sense.
Makes a ton of sense, right? That's why I wore pink today, by the way, because Umbrellas of Cherbourg.
Sure.
We're thinking something else, but yeah.
Great.
I wore newspapers because it was all over the news.
Barbie.
Extra.
Anyways, the
Think
color
like I'm
palette of
gonna
Barbie,
get up,
right?
think I'm gonna
The
get
color
a
palette
llama.
of Barbie. This is exactly, look at this. Look at this.
She's hot, dude.
Look at the colors, Castro. Look at the colors.
What color? Oh, the dress.
No, go to Ken. Go to Ken. He needs to see the man too. Yeah.
That's right, dude. What am I looking at?
That's
Also, I don't know if you guys saw, he's promoting a new film where he plays a stuntman.
Yes,
Fall
I'm
Guy.
And
at.
he went to this dude with a sign,
Uh-huh.
and he took his place, and he put the stuntman for dude with the sign. And he's,
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
and it's Ryan
I think I
Gosling.
saw it, yeah, I
I
saw it, I
love
saw
it,
it.
dude. It's so cool.
I didn't understand it, though. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's because the film's about a stuntman. Anyways, yeah, I think the Umbrellas of Cherbourg shares that special kind of space, and if somebody if La La Land wouldn't have worked, man, and Damien Chazelle wouldn't have reintroduced people to this film, which is what he did for me. I had never seen it before he said this was the inspiration for La La Land.
That is true.
It wouldn't have lived on, And like I said, man, Agnes Varda, these amazing filmmakers, Jacques Demy. Jacques Demy, when you see him in an interview, dude, he's just like the cigarette smoking,
I've heard of him so
tough
much.
French dude, who you would never think made it a musical. But his sensibilities as a storyteller, man, the reason I was freaking out during the film, by the way, I got to see during the pandemic. I think I got to see his directorial debut. It's a film called Lola. It's a musical also, sort of, and it's about a prostitute. It's in black and white. It's a great picture, and the guy who's trying to marry, or I guess does end up marrying Genevieve, right? Or no, he doesn't. But
yeah.
no,
Yeah, they marry.
Well, you're right. You're right. They do. We just don't see them at the end.
At
That's
the
why I didn't
end.
think it. No, but they do marry. We see them get married
Yeah. Oh,
in the
okay.
montage. This guy is the actor from the first one, from the first film ever, from Lola.
From Lola.
Oh, and he talks about her.
He talks about her. He's like, I once was in love too, to a girl named Lola.
Yeah.
And the name of his character in this picture is the name of his. It's him.
It's him. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
So
him from
it
the
crosses over.
Yeah, it's a
Crosses
universe.
over.
It's this Jacques Demy universe.
I love
And
it.
when they cut to that shopping center, right, and that's all we see while he's telling the story, that takes place in that shopping center, the entire film. Of
so it
Lola.
transcends.
So it's this, cool. And you don't need to know that. It's just him painting a picture of a story and like, oh man,
And
this
you can feel
cinematic.
it.
You feel like history. You feel like history has been so Lola.
Before I even knew that, I really love that scene just because, again, this whole idea
risk.
of I don't think it's taking a risk.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. Because
I think it's taking a risk, man. You're watching this thing for 2 minutes, no context, empty, no people walking by, no girl. Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
That I don't think it's taking a risk because even before I knew that, I was like, I think taking a risk is something that it's really not going to hit unless you understand it, and you're hoping the audience does. But I
That's
think
what this did.
No, I don't think so because
Okay.
I feel like with the musical context,
I
him
think-
explaining it, and you getting the visuals,
Yeah.
it's kind of like those moments when you walk past a store. I mean, we just saw like Dinner with Andre, where every store you walk past, you're like, I had a memory there, and it's funny because you don't see
he
the
verbalizes that though.
Yeah.
In this one, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
He just talks about how he was once in love with her and was heartbroken, but he doesn't say yes. We were in a shopping center. You know what I'm saying?
No, but I think when you look at places, you're not thinking that is a building. You're just remembering the moment.
Absolutely.
And he's recounting the moment,
is a building.
and then while recounting the moment is also we're seeing this tapestry, and we're not seeing people around. I think if people were there, I think if there was actually like a lively community, then we're seeing life. But no, we're seeing a place, and because we're seeing a place,
remnant, a ruin.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
So I think
Watch
that comes
Lola.
across.
Great picture. It's a great directorial debut.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I want to swing it to Castro first, and then get to you because I know your answer.
Swing it this way.
Um,
Well, then fuck me, right? I don't answer.
no, or actually, I want to swing it to Austin.
Swing it.
Austin, you like this movie?
Last
You're-
time he swung it, dude, it hurt.
that's why we don't play that game anymore. But you rated it 9.2?
9.
9.5.
Solid
that's
9.
You were the 9.5.
Solid. No, I was 9.5. You're 9.2.
2.
Is this in any way a good intro to the musical atmosphere, like in film?
To a filmmaker or a general audience member?
I'll let you pick that one.
I'd say general.
No, not for a general audience member.
Yeah.
And for a film,
For a filmmaker, yes.
you think it's a good intro?
Yes, because it introduces you like what a musical can be, and
Okay.
shows you kind of like how do I put it? It's not necessarily the training wheels, but like it almost shows you like some of the steps that you can take to give you the realism, like the
height in reality.
the hidden reality of a musical.
You don't think it's gonna happen like to me? Like it's overwhelming
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like,
for first one.
For a filmmaker.
because you're also a filmmaker, but you also didn't feel like you.
Austin's saying you shouldn't show it to a general audience member, but to a filmmaker, you
filmmaker?
should.
Okay,
As
no, I
its
agree.
introduction to musicals.
because I showed it to like I can't imagine showing this to like my dad.
Is he gonna
Absolutely,
get
of
razzled
course.
again?
Yeah.
You might get
Jimmy would
razzled.
It's just there's too much going on. It's a foreign picture.
Right.
It like if you're not understanding all the dialogue and you're not willing to accept what's happening, then you're just like it's too colorful, and then
No,
it
I do
opens
think
up.
like for like as a general audience member, yeah, they're gonna get.
I could be
razzled
wrong.
with the film.
I could be wrong, but I think I screened this to Sandra at the movies, and she liked it. But she was also a little annoyed with the singing factor. But she liked
also
it.
good.
I think when
Yeah.
you first screened it for me in the law, it took me and him at least like half an hour to get used to it. The first time.
While you were watching
Yeah,
it, but
well-
after you finished it,
No,
because I thought Gasper
but-
was gonna get there. Like after a half hour, he's like, "All right, fuck it."
Nah,
But he didn't. He never got there.
I got better, but it was just kind of like
never got there.
Yeah, I never
Yeah.
got there.
I think at that point it's a personal taste.
Well, that's true.
That's what I'm
but
backing
but
up
again, like
No, but I think the hidden reality, the colors and stuff is, I think, can help a filmmaker appreciate the musical more, but not
Yeah.
a general audience member.
fair.
because it's also a weird
Yeah.
thing that like and the reason I ask even for filmmakers is because I feel like there's other musicals like I think I think La La Land's a really good intro.
Absolutely.
Because
For both, by the way, for both the general audience member and
yeah,
the filmmaker.
because there's a twist. It's not all peppy.
You also have to remember a lot of general audience members think of like High School Musical or Chicago.
No, yeah.
Until you're absolutely
Grease.
right. Until they see La La Land.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Right? Once someone sees La La Land, that's all they
It
think
changes
about
the
when it comes to
perspective on
musicals.
You know, the first one I saw,
And
was
that makes
Grease,
me so happy.
Grease?
and that was like my.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's my.
I think that's
definition
where
of-
I was at too, for sure.
That was my
Grease was something I saw growing up a
Yeah.
ton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
What
I
about
liked
you
it.
though? What about Umbrellas? Is it for general audience member?
No, I agree with him. Like, definitely not for a general audience, but for a filmmaker, if you're into that genre,
No, but again, this is like a cold open, kind of like
They've
here-
never
that's what I'm
seen a
saying, like-
musical.
to somebody like me or somebody like somebody that likes musicals.
No, I'm saying like, let's say you meet a filmmaker and they're like, dude, I've never seen a musical before. I have the misconception of what they are. Like, show me a musical and try to change my mind. Is this how you open them up?
Hell no.
Exactly, right?
Yeah, hell no.
See, so even to a film person, I feel like
Wouldn't you want to show it to them to lean into like them to continue to be pretentious and be like,
But it could backfire.
it's just a weird thing because I feel like there's other musicals that I
Okay,
would.
wait.
Yeah, I
Before
agree.
you go further, what's your answer?
What's my answer? Hell nah. Why the fuck? No, I'm joking.
On both counts.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's an intro film
I
in,
agree.
in either way because
agree.
I feel like
Wholeheartedly, I agree.
yeah.
I don't
feel
think
like
I don't think filmmakers are ready either, man. I think La La Land's perfect.
this is the 8.5 of musicals.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can't show a filmmaker 8.5
Like,
until
sure,
they've.
it's a good
you know.
intro if you're already diving into a very
That's
different
what I was saying.
space.
Kind of like if you're a musical.
This
from the
is
start,
like
from the start.
This is like week 3 of the class, you know? If that makes sense. Like, this is not you starting them off.
Oh,
this
hell
is
no.
like you're already diving in a
well,
little
it's just
bit.
week 3 of the mini master.
Yeah.
Right.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Does
honestly,
that make
genuinely.
sense? Yeah,
Yeah,
like-
I also
That's
would
got a
say
little heart
like
attack, dude.
I think if this is gonna sound so pretentious, but I think I think if you have a friend who is a filmmaker who already loves not musicals, just experimental cinema in general, art house cinema, then they might have a better take on it initially.
Or if you've already introduced them to musicals, like I think if you've started them off on La La Land,
Yeah.
then you've maybe gone to like Sweeney Todd, and like then you're starting to.
I think Sweeney Todd is week 1, baby.
Yeah.
You think
No, I'd say
so?
like Singing in the Rain.
Yeah.
Is week 1?
No, like after La La Land, maybe. show
Wait,
them, like,
you're saying
Singing in
Sweeney
the Rain.
Todd's week 1?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I
Oh,
thought you said-
it's because you said
I
La La
thought you
Land
said-
and Sweeney
I thought
Todd.
you said it was
I'm
the
saying
week
I'm
one.
saying like if you're showing no,
No,
I'm
week
talking,
like week number 1.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
I thought week 1. I was like,
Two
yeah.
E's, 2 E's.
Yeah.
Like again, it's you've already shown them musicals. You've shown them musicals that are I think relatively easy to palate.
I think
That-
Umbrellas is like week 9, dude.
No, it's week 3 of the mini master.
Week 3 of the mini semester,
Yeah.
week 9 of the regular semester.
Or not even
I
show it.
don't think. I think you have to show them.
No, Umbrellas is week 9 of the 1302 class of the second.
Yeah,
part.
yeah,
So
maybe.
technical.
Yeah,
This is already like a quarter through your degree plan.
Yeah.
It's like the elective that needs to be taken
think,
as a
I don't
prerequisite.
think. I don't think you should. I mean,
Sadly,
if we're
I
gonna
understood
take it in that context, I don't think you should screen the Umbrellas of Cherbourg until you're in the cinematic auteurs class and you're talking about Jacques Demy.
No, stop
I
being-
agree with him. Yeah.
dude. Piss water, man. It's just it doesn't make
No,
sense.
Pisswasser is the beer in GTA.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. I could use one. That's
Pisser
why
washer.
I'm so
No, but I do think
Pissenweisen.
and we'll cover more musicals. I'll make a damn like
musical.
musical month if I have
Why
to.
have we never covered?
I'll
Singing
try
in the Rain
not to,
here?
audience. Don't worry about it.
We talked about it. We talked about Babylon, dude. I can't see Singing in the Rain again. I saw it on TCM the other day. I can't see it again the same way again, man. Fucking Babylon ruined it for me.
I have the Good Morning song always stuck in my head.
Good morning, good
Good
morning.
morning.
We gabbed all night through.
Good morning.
Yeah,
Good
I screened it the other night, and I've seen it twice since I've seen Babylon, dude. I can't. I hate it. I hate it now. I'm like, I hate what you're perceiving. It's not funny, and it's not fun, and you fucked it up. But it's, I mean, it's also very real. Singing in the Rain is also very real. Make them laugh. Oh, dude, it's Babylon, man, Babylon. Damn you,
Babylon
Chazelle.
is so underrated.
Yeah, damn you, Chazelle. But no, genuinely.
That's how you kill a cinematographer. I'll tell
By
you
the way,
what.
he just set up his next picture at Paramount.
saw.
So happy for him because Babylon
worried.
bombed.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
he
worried.
was worried.
Yeah.
He goes on the TCM podcast called Talking Pictures with Ben Mankiewicz, the host of TCM.
Yeah.
And he basically told him like, dude, I might not get my next ship funded. It is what it is, but I'm glad I made Babylon, and that's what it is. And
I feel like Chazelle in 15 years, stuff like Babylon. And
but you know what happened? He had a 5-picture deal with Paramount already. So they had to make his next film. They just
Get
are
the
probably going to
leverage.
give him a smaller amount of money. But yeah.
I'm surprised he got the money for Babylon after First Man.
But First Man was more of a mainstream.
Yeah, it was very marketable.
Yeah, very marketable.
And it
But-
won
Ryan
for
Gosling?
sound design and like a couple of them. Got some
okay.
Oscars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Tom Cross edit that one too? It had pretty good editing.
Probably.
Tom Cross. Anyways, I think just in
Okay.
terms of the musical language, man, we're also burying American musicals. And sure, there's some musicals in there that are fucking terrible, that are just for the masses. Let's pump 10 out a year musicals.
Yeah.
But things like Top Hat, man, all of Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers, most of the Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers musicals.
Danny Kaye.
Things like, yeah, you I've never seen a ton of Danny Kaye, but you
Greatest
talk
Showman.
about Danny Kaye. What?
Greatest Showman.
Is that an intro or is that
That's I'm
extra
going to show
credit?
my toddler kid.
Oh
you know what I'm
my
saying? For
God.
musicals, that's what that is.
The Little Mermaid, the new live action one.
No, sir. No, sir. I hate it.
Where
too.
do you put Disney musicals on that list?
Depends on the Disney musical.
Garbage.
I think
All garbage.
I think the new Disney Renaissance, the 1990s, gems. Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid. I mean,
Garbage.
that terrific
What about
musical.
the new
Throw it
Beauty
away.
and the Beast?
No, we were just talking about it's garbage.
It's garbage.
Garbage.
The new one's garbage.
Even Emma?
Garbage.
What about the murders?
Emma.
Isn't Emma Watson?
Those were murders.
That's Beauty and the Beast.
What about the murders?
Which one did we say?
You said Little Mermaid.
No, I
What
said Beauty and
made
the
it-
Beast.
Oh, yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I dig the new one.
Yeah.
The Little Mermaid?
No, Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast
With
with
Emma
Emma.
Watson.
Awful.
No.
All awful.
No.
Terrible.
Anyways,
We do have to be grateful for that film.
Because of Emma.
Well, yeah, because if Watson wasn't in that, Stone would have been in it, and we wouldn't have gone La La Land.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. I think the Disney Renaissance of the 90s, some of the 1970s Disney musicals are phenomenal.
What
They
about
set
High
up the
School
standard.
Musical?
Absolutely not, sir.
Get your head in the game.
Yeah, you gotta.
I don't know any songs from that musical, and I'm glad I don't. I had a sister. She didn't like it. It was too gay for her. You know what I'm saying? That's where we're at.
Too gay, man.
No, but genuinely, I do think that there's musicals, American musicals that Meet Me in St. Louis, for instance, a great kind of Christmas musical.
Why aren't you doing that for Christmas?
I might. No, I got to do It's a Wonderful
Austin,
Life, man. I
what are you
fucking
doing
love
to
that
us,
picture.
Nah, the only musical I'm doing for Christmas is Polar Express with Tom Hanks.
Is it a musical?
Yeah.
It can be.
Barely.
Hot chocolate.
Barely.
Baby, gotta go from new. They literally.
Wait,
it's a
isn't
musical.
Tenacious D considered a musical?
Sure.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It's yes.
Everything's sung.
Not everything is sung.
Everything's sung, bro.
No, not everything is sung.
The Polar Express is a musical.
That it is.
These are the musicals?
Yeah.
Chicago. I've never seen
Chicago.
Chicago.
What about
They got
Moulin
remade 3
Rouge?
times.
I just want to see
Oh,
them.
Phantom of the Opera is good.
The Phantom of the Opera now is dead.
Dracula.
I will say, I applaud a musical that's not based on a play.
Well, yeah, absolutely. gotta
You know,
give credit.
okay.
For cinema. I
Dude.
lean a little more into that world. Like, yo, come on, man. La La Land's an original musical. Why can't? Brothers of Cherbourg's not
I was
based on
gonna
a
say
play.
that. La La Land's a real
You know,
one.
cinema.
Trees,
Oh,
man.
Tick Tick Boom, man! But it is based on a play. Tick Tick Boom was phenomenal.
Sound of
Oh,
Music.
Tick Tick Boom. I'd put in the entry level.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
great entry level.
Okay.
This is more
What
of
are,
a
like? I want to have a small
Jukebox.
talk about that. Like,
autobiography, no? Or-
Biopic. Into the
Biopic.
Woods, man, but it's based on a
West Side
play.
Story.
Based on a play, but great musical.
that's maybe week 2.
What, West Side Story?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
The
agree.
original or the remake?
Either.
Either.
The original one.
I mean,
sucks.
obviously the new one. Yeah, obviously the new one.
Yeah, the new one.
Spielberg.
See you in the Rain, man.
Okay.
Matilda?
Okay.
Coda. Why is Coda in there?
I don't know.
Okay. Cry Baby. That's
jukebox musical.
No,
Annie?
I put Cry Baby with
Annie
umbrellas.
was pretty good.
Oh, an American in Paris, guys.
Cry Baby with umbrellas.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Mamma mia. Oh, Rock of
No,
Ages?
but it's
Did
so
you guys
expensive.
I
talk about-
hate Rock of Ages. I hate it with a fucking
Me too,
passion.
dude. I thought it
It's
was gonna
so
be so
bad. You
good.
see, that's why people get a bad rap with musicals. Because the films like that. Rock of Ages suck ass,
And I
man.
heard it
Okay.
was heavily inspired by
Anyway, sorry, you were gonna say.
No. I'm just I'm trying like I'm still on the whole topic of
Mamma
I want to
Mia?
get my tier list. You know, like so the tier list of like diving into musicals as a cinematic genre with its own set of cinematic tools.
We talked about Across the Universe in this podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that
You know
one.
what? This is why it's coming up. One of my coworkers, right? Her boyfriend is getting into cinema. He's getting
Umbrellas
into
is
movies.
ranked number 9 out of Rotten Tomatoes 100 musicals of all time.
I think you would like The
A
Young
Star is
Rosa
Born? Oh, the
Rochefort.
original.
The Young Rosa Rochefort, same director.
Well,
Hold on.
my bad,
Hold
my
that
bad,
thought.
Delo.
Young Rosa Rochefort, same director, not sung through.
Poppins. Not what?
Not sung through.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm so sorry.
I'm-
Tier list. Tier list, baby. Tier list.
I'm good.
No,
Keep-
skip tier list.
Keep having your conversation here in the Heights.
Say it!
Say
Fine.
with your chest.
No, I was saying that I was talking to my coworker, right?
Yeah.
And her boyfriend,
Damn it.
who I met the other day, it,
I was interested, bro. No,
No, I'm not.
I'm 50% in.
51%.
Go for it, man.
Co-worker's
good.
boyfriend.
Go for it, bro.
What about him?
You didn't have to mention the boyfriend.
no, it's because he's getting into cinema, and she was asking me because she's like, "Oh, I know you do the podcast. Like, I'm looking for recommendations." And I'm like, "Well, what films is he into and all that kind of stuff?" And she says, "Well, his like number one favorite of all time is La La Land," and I'm wondering what can I recommend him. Yeah, he's like, I wonder what can I recommend him, and instantly I thought of Umbrellas, and I was having this conversation the other day. I was like, no, but if he likes La La Land, he's already done the week one.
But you say he's starting off.
What do you mean?
This is IndieWire, by the way.
You're saying that he's barely getting into this?
No, like he's
This is why I love IndieWire.
he's into movies, but he's getting into cinema
You know,
because
you know what the good follow-up question would have been? What's your second
I've
favorite
wanted to
movie?
see this, man.
Just-
It's like Lars von
just
Trier is a
to see,
crazy
like-
motherfucker.
he likes
It
what
could
is it
be-
called?
Like a second one could be such a...
Okay, let's just say this. La La Land is what we consider, like when we talk about directors, right?
Yeah.
Their standard. La La Land is the musical standard.
Yeah.
It's not an intro. It's just the standard.
Because
No,
it's
that's-
easy to
that's why it's a
follow,
good
but
intro.
yet so...
Well, I think that, but I think like La La Land is week 0. That makes sense.
Intro.
Hey, watch this before we go into class, and then week 1 is whatever you think week 1 is.
yeah,
What's after La La Land?
You
Like,
start
what-
showing them why they probably liked La La Land. You know,
Red
you
Shoes,
start...
IndieWire has it 16.
Okay.
It's because that's not really a musical. I mean, it is, but it isn't. Let's talk about this tier. Let's talk about this tier thing.
Come on, man.
Where would you put Lion King? Lion King's technically a musical.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
Yes, it
is.
is.
Of course, it is.
Cause I just
Hakuna
can't
Matata?
wait to be king.
Hakuna Matata.
Long
Bro,
live
that's a musical. Wow,
Scar.
dude. I gotta update my definitions, bro.
You know it's based on
My
a Shakespeare
terms.
play, right?
What?
Lion King's based on a Shakespeare play.
Yeah, Hamilton.
Hamlet, you fucking orangutan.
You freaking brain mule.
Hey, Brain Meal, tell us about the tier list.
I'm done.
No, come on,
Finish
come on, come on.
off
It's an
whatever
interesting point.
this
It's an
is. Finish
interesting
off
point.
whatever
Yes.
this is.
No, he's just going through list of musicals and what
Okay,
are considered
well
the best
then,
musicals or not.
finish it.
This is a supplement to your argument.
Your mom came all the way.
Oh,
Man.
Man is listening.
Oh,
Oh no,
The
baby.
Daddy. That's my movie right there.
I like the.
Muppet movie.
Okay,
Am I a
okay,
man?
okay,
Am I a Muppet?
Am I a Muppet?
I
That's
was
what I'm
hoping
starting
you
with.
could do the refrain.
Yeah. Oh my God! Wait, go back.
That's your intro movie? Once. I've
once.
seen that.
I love that artist.
Tell the people who.
No.
I don't know.
Who?
But it's pretty good.
Oh, okay.
The film.
37 is a Star Born, the remake.
Yeah, baby.
So just finish this. Finish this.
No, go ahead. We're talking
Willy
about the
Wonka's
Muppets
a musical?
See,
Yeah.
they're
Yes.
just
Oompa, Loompa,
either finish
Oompa
scrolling
There's a song in
or,
the film.
or no, just finish scrolling.
There's a
Just
song
finish
in the
scrolling.
film.
There's many songs in the video. Come with me and you'll see. Come on, it's a musical.
World of imagination.
Drop dead music. You know what I don't like about that era of Hollywood is that they're like, oh, this thing's gonna make money, but if we made it a musical, it'll even make
Dreamgirls?
even more money. What?
Gentleman,
Prefer blondes.
donkey skin.
Another Jacques Demy picture.
Oh shit, yeah, I saw that.
Paisa.
Paisa.
All right, 52.
Oh, we're going
53.
up?
Just counting them down.
I I'm just scrolling through it so you guys can see. Like,
Nah, but I just want to
Just
see like the
finish
top
scrolling.
20, bro.
I will-
I'm not on the 100. Get the fuck out of here.
I
Blinded by the
refused.
light.
Hairspray.
I don't like hairspray.
John
Hairspray was
Travolta.
a very-
Is
dog.
it top 100?
Why is top pad 57? All right, IndieWire, you got some stuff
The
wrong here.
Greatest Showman, Austin?
at 58.
I disagree.
Y'all don't know.
Although, you know what? Not for nothing, but it's the same lyric writers as La La Land.
New York.
The Greatest Showman. Same pair.
There's a woman.
God
And I
help
think
that
that's
girl.
God Save the Queen. Oh, yeah, Hercules, man.
Wendy Wire has.
Well, everything's a freaking musical now, bro.
Huh?
Somebody sings in the mirror and it's a freaking musical now.
How is Hercules not a musical?
All that
I
jazz.
can go the distance.
By the way, I'd put all that jazz like in the same week as Umbrellas.
The week after Umbrellas.
Wendy Wire has all that jazz at number 2.
Welcome back. What? He was doing it for your benefit, man. Welcome back.
Finish talking about the list. I'm
The
done.
list
No,
is
no,
done.
no.
We're done with the
Okay.
list.
Then talk about whatever.
Any
I
last
don't
words?
care.
Any last words? to
Yeah,
the-
last words.
No,
Nine-
you had a
9.5.
Point. You
Yeah,
had a point.
finish your point.
9.5.
Dude,
I'm
there's
done.
a whole audience group that's just waiting for you to talk.
Yes.
Yeah, and they all tuned out because they knew.
Nah, bro, there's probably 2 left.
Now, what would you put in week 1?
What's your week
I
one?
would put Lion King in week 1.
I don't care.
Nah, get out of here, bro.
I don't care.
You're taking it too far. Come on.
Come on, bro.
Okay. End scene.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I. God, see, I was
So stressed.
strained.
Elbows. Pop.
Yeah, both of them because it was just like,
You're
oh.
like the bonitis guy from Futurama. God, I was so busy doing business.
No, I was so busy being an 80s man that I didn't cure my bonitis.
Bonitis.
He dies. Okay, so
Is the Lion King a week one? I feel like it's a week negative too.
Oh, it's you probably watched this when you were a kid. You don't need to be bringing it to
Exactly.
class, okay?
Yeah.
No, I feel like
Don't bring it to class.
don't bring it to class. Just so okay, let's put the parameters, okay? Let's
What
say
are the parameters?
The parameters, let's just do number 1 is I don't like number 0, okay? But we'll go to number 5.
Prerequisite.
Okay, fine. A prerequisite.
A 6 week
I fuck with
cinematic
that.
musicals course. What does that look like?
Okay, 6 week. Before you come into class.
Lion King.
Everybody's gonna do this, and this is how we're gonna end the podcast. Okay.
Okay,
So,
fine.
6.
I like
Think of
it.
your 6.
Okay, fine.
Prerequisite is Lion King.
So there's a prerequisite. The prerequisite is it's Brother Bear. It's literally any Disney musical, any
Yeah,
Disney
sure.
animated
Yeah, that makes
musical.
sense.
Okay.
I'll say that, or
We all agree on that, friend.
yeah. I'll say that, or I'm actually gonna put in the mix like Hairspray, Grease.
What people perceive is just the music.
Exactly.
Oh, Grease, yeah.
I want
Grease,
yeah. I want to say those are the things. So they'll come in with a Grease, come in with like Mamma Mia, one of those that's just very what the hell?
I
is
was
it?
singing.
Tell me more. Tell me
more.
more. Does he look like a bitch? That comes out in Grease, right?
That's
You look like a anyway.
That's Andrew's favorite
week
musical,
one.
by the way.
So that's prerequisite. Week 1, I would probably say is like La La Land. I think La La Land's a great way to break into what elements you're going to find in the musical space. You're going to look at elements of color, set design, lyricism, dancing, how all of that kind of comes together to create emotional tapestries throughout
Yeah.
cinema.
Yep.
Week 2, I want to put something like Singing in the Rain. I feel like once you go from modern, let's go to classics, and then that one also is, it's kind of sad, it's funny, but it also shows a lot of the origins and inspirations that we see in modern musicals now. I think week 3 is a good Umbrellas place.
Okay.
I think
Huge
I would
leap.
put Sound of Music in there with
Oh, that's interesting.
Singing in the Rain.
Okay. I want to say, yeah. No. I'm thinking there's got to be one more. I want to say maybe.
What are you gonna put after this
That's
one?
a Disney thing, right? I mean,
No. Maybe
prerequisite.
no. I'll probably say like La La Land. Is Tick
I
Tick
think you're on the right track.
is Tick Tick Boom a good 2 and just move everything down 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Tick Tick Boom, yeah.
Yeah. So La La Land, Tick Tick Boom, because I feel like that one incorporates cinema so well. Then we're going to Singing in the Rain. Then week 4, so we're nearing the end. It's like Umbrellas.
Already?
Week 5, probably. I'm trying to think.
So you
Damn, we're really running the bucket dry.
I would put Umbrellas at 5 and
Yeah.
all that jazz at 6.
No, I was actually going to leave all that jazz probably towards the end because I feel like
At 6.
it's the culmination of the best
Why
elements.
that's sex? That's sex.
That's
Ooh,
sex.
That's
okay.
Sex and Six.
Yeah, I feel.
follow you in that.
I feel like all that jazz.
would
I'm
have
gonna
to-
die.
Yeah,
You would have to watch this
because
one.
that one's great cinema, and also it takes the musical genre
down.
and really explores so much. Mary Poppins. So yeah, I'm trying to think of like another one.
West
Okay.
Side Story.
I have a take.
Okay, go ahead.
You finished?
Yeah,
That's
You
your
sure?
take.
yeah, I'm sure.
I would do the exact same thing you did. I would start with La La Land week 1,
Okay,
and then I would go chronological. I would go Top Hat, Singing in the Rain, because you can't not talk about music with not you can't talk about music and not talk about Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. So Top Hat, Singing in the Rain.
yeah, you're at 4 now.
No. La La
Week
Land,
4.
Top Hat, Singing in the Rain.
Yeah, so you're at 4.
Okay, yeah. My next one is 4.
Yeah.
So I have what? 4, 5, 6. I have 3 left, right? I would go All That Jazz. No, I know.
That early?
I'm with him
Yes.
on that. You need to watch the one to appreciate that.
I don't think so. Because
Or to-
you're not showing people palatable cinema to begin with. So I don't think it matters. I think you're,
You're trying
going
to
to
show
show them
growth and
good,
maturity.
Yes, growth and maturity on what a musical became.
Okay, so you're at.
And
you're-
no matter what, so like All That Jazz, Across the Universe, and West Side Story, the new West Side Story.
Do you have Across the Universe in there to show what a good jukebox musical can be?
yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to show this one? Where'd you put this one?
Which one?
The one we just
This
watched.
one is like week 3.
Yeah.
Oh, because you didn't put
Yeah,
it.
no,
Oh.
I put it chronologically, right? So week 3, 4,
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah. Okay.
week
Yeah.
4.
I don't agree.
Week 4. You don't. No, but it's right before All That Jazz. It's the same thing, right? 60s, All That Jazz is 80s, 2000s, 2020s.
No, you have to get rid of one because you did La La Land, Top Hat, Singing in the Rain, Umbrellas,
All that jazz.
All That Jazz, and then you were saying Across the Universe. And then,
I'd get rid of all that Across the Universe and then go to Spielberg's West Side Story.
as an ender.
It's because across the universe is a little.
across West Side Story is all of it. I'm not saying it's the best.
You're just
I'm saying
saying
it's
that's
the
the
most
trajectory.
modern musical using all of the elements, all of the modern tools. It's palatable for general audiences. It's palatable for filmmakers. It's one of the best musicals in the last 20 years.
I do agree that having Tick Tick Boom being close to the end is a great way to kind of go about it because that one
It's more grounded. It's a very
yeah.
heavy story. Yeah. But also like West Side Story, if we're going to get
I'm
into
sorry,
that
not Tick
conversation.
Tick Boom, All That Jazz.
Oh, yeah,
think
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. I mean, again, just chronologically, it makes sense, right? You're going to get into deeper conversations, the deeper topics, the more you get away from the code era, from the Hays Code, right? So, that's kind of where I would go.
This was all kind of rounding back to this idea that like the guy I was talking to, that his favorite film is
La La
La La Land, and the recommendations.
Notice
The recommendations I gave him is I said afterwards watch Umbrellas, and then I said if he hasn't already, watch Chazelle's the one he did right after that, which was not what he did right after, but Babylon. I said if you haven't seen Babylon yet, look at the way he was able to take all his sensibilities and transfer it to something that's a lot more
That's
serious.
non-musical.
It's non-musical, but it feels so
Absolutely.
vivid, you know.
No.
I don't know if he's ready for something like All That Jazz.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
I think it's a little bit more palatable than this one.
All That
That's
Jazz
just
is
'cause it
more
was English.
palatable. That's just because it was in English.
But All That Jazz is also really heavy.
It's also very heavy. It's also
But
not
still-
heavily a musical.
No.
It's less of a musical than it is more. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
The only musical elements are the stuff that's diegetic.
yeah. Yeah.
But it is technically.
But it's Bob Fosse's also a musical director, right? It's a similar principle of like Babylon.
Yeah.
What would you do?
La La Land.
Okay. Prerequisite is
No, that's
The
week
Grinch.
one. Prerequisite. Yeah, I don't know.
You're a mean one.
Week 1 is La La Land. Singing in the Rain. I'd show the original West Side Story.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
I don't know. I think when you're, it's kind of the, I saw it recently, kind of like when you're learning about musicals and how they've developed. I think showing the original one and how it feels a lot.
I would
more
agree
like
with you if we were talking about theater.
That's what I was
In
about
that
to
order?
go to. Like,
Yeah.
well, I mean, just because it's coming off a stage play, feels like a stage play. Kind of trying to show the evolution.
Adaptation.
Yeah. So I would show the original West Side Story. I'd go Umbrellas. And then I'd go All That Jazz. But I'd save all that jazz for week 6.
Yeah, I really want to leave that one to the end, but I do agree with his list still.
You got one more.
Tick Tick Boom, probably.
Tick Tick Boom. I love Tick Tick Boom.
I think Tick Tick Boom's. I think Tick Tick Boom might even be better than West Side Story because you're talking about one of the leading people right now in the musical atmosphere.
You're not
making a
wrong.
film.
The problem is that man, when it comes to cinema, is still making weird choices. He wrote most of the music for the new Little Mermaid. Okay,
I mean, the crab was cool.
those are the parts he wrote, and it was David Diggs from Hamilton.
I'm joking.
So
It
like,
was pretty bad.
I love Lin-Manuel Miranda. I think what he's doing for musicals, but what he's doing for the musical world is amazing. But you're gonna get a seasoned storyteller like Steven Spielberg to show you what can be done at its highest level. Tick Tick Boom is an amazing directorial debut, but Lin-Manuel's got a lot to learn cinematically.
But don't you feel like because of where he's sitting right now in the, I guess I know it's like running off his coattails from Hamilton. It's almost like he's going to be leading maybe the forefront of the next generation of musicals.
I'm gonna sound like an asshole, but and then I love him, dude. I love Lin-Manuel Miranda. I love his personality. I love his sensibilities as an artist.
Why don't you marry him?
I think he's gonna sit on the board. I don't think he's gonna be the chairman.
Ooh.
I think someone else is gonna still come and surpass that. Hamilton was amazing, but it's not everything. And I
else?
love
It's
Hamilton.
going to be Chazelle and De La Torre.
I mean,
One of those is you.
watch your mouth. No, I do think that
Do you think-
Chazelle probably has a better handle
Do you think
cinematically.
do you think when
Cinematically.
it comes to musicals, who's going to develop the genre more? Do you think Chazelle's paying a lot of
I think Chazelle's
homage?
exploring right now, as he
But-
should be. The problem with Lin-Manuel Miranda is that he's been in the musical industry, the musical. I mean, even in Moana, man. Moana's a phenomenal depiction of what modern Disney musicals could be. And he wrote all of the music for that. But he didn't direct the picture. I think as a composer and as a songwriter, top of the list. As a director of cinema, he's got a ways to go. And Chazelle's already there. So I think cinematically, Chazelle is going to develop it more.
Do you think Chazelle has another musical soon?
I don't know about soon. I do know about the trajectory of his career. Jacques Demy didn't solely make musicals.
Well,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
but-
So, like, I do think he's going to make 10 more musicals in his lifetime. I don't know that the next one is going to be that. I think he's got to take less risks so that he can get more money
How
at
many are you
first.
gonna make?
I think he's going to make a Whiplash next. That's what I think Chazelle's going to do next.
How many are you going to make?
I don't know. 5?
Did you hear what happened with Quentin Tarantino?
Yeah, man, he fucking backslid so fast. He
Why?
said, "Nah, homie."
The
You
critic-
don't know why? The Deadline broke the article. It was Deadline's exclusive, and Deadline said, "We asked the director why, because if you haven't heard
ask
about
him?
it, yeah, Tarantino has officially said that the movie critic will no longer be his 10th film. He's shelving the project.
Yeah.
I sent you guys this fucking article. I sent them to you to read them. He
I
said
read 'em.
officially, thank you. He officially said he drops it as his final film.
Oh, man.
And when
I just-
asked
yeah,
why,
yeah.
he said, "I just changed my mind."
Wow.
That was it. That's it. That's all we got. I just changed my mind.
But did he say anything like he wants to do more
No,
films? Or
Yeah,
he
that's
said
what I
he's
was
still on
at, too.
10.
Oh,
But this was not going to be
no.
10.
will he give it to somebody at least?
I don't know. My guess is my theory. There's a lot of really secret buzz. Not secret, subtle. There's a lot of subtle buzz on Kill Bill because it's 20th anniversary of Kill Bill this year. Uma Thurman's been posting about it more.
You think that's how he cheaps out of making another one?
I don't know because I think Kill Bill's still one film if he makes a third Kill
No, but
Bill.
that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah, like
the
he could
20th
say, "I'm going to
anniversary-
make Kill Bill." It doesn't count because it's still 9
Yeah.
films, and then he could still have an excuse to make it a 10th. Yeah, I think
I
so.
like that.
But I don't know. This is just my hope because I love Kill Bill, but I think there's been a lot of buzz around Kill Bill because of the 20th anniversary.
No, but I don't
Uma
think-
Thurman doesn't post about dick,
But
dude,
what-
and she posted about Kill Bill like this year.
But the 20th anniversary would be a thing if they're already on production, development, or something. But
because
that's
it's
gonna
a
be 2
major
years from now
announcement.
then.
Imagine being like, "Hey guys,"
Star Wars Episode
Okay.
you know?
11.
I think it's an announcement thing.
Okay.
That way he can
We're
take his time to
skipping 10.
fucking film it.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that's what Tarantino pulled this week.
Yeah, I saw that.
He
I was
simply
like,
changed his mind. That's it. That's all he told him. That's all we got.
Oopsie doopsies.
Brad Pitt was going to be the star, you know?
My God.
yeah, I just want to leave my.
I heard
audience
something
with
about Shane
my
Gillis
audience.
being in consideration to be cast.
Oh, really?
Can-
Not as a lead, but yeah.
Okay, just
Ridiculous.
Closing out the Umbrellas of Cherbourg.
I was gonna say, I think all of our ratings say this.
musicals, if you can give one.
What's up?
Musicals. 6.
I think I'll go a different route. Just from my experience, I'll probably go newer and then go old.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Just
okay,
to,
okay.
just to you know,
Warm up the kids.
warm up. Yeah.
That's
Just
fair.
Give 'em. So
little
I'll probably
foreplay.
start off with La La
A
Land
little
for sure.
foreplay with the students.
Yeah.
They're college
college
students.
kids, yeah.
It's fine.
No, I'll probably go La La
Hey,
Land,
college kid.
Tick Tick. I don't know if I should put Grease there.
Sure. Why? We didn't. No, it should be talked about on some level.
Because I grew up with Grease.
I did too.
And that's how I kind of learned about musicals. So I'll probably go those 3 first.
Then
and
Cry Baby.
Not cry, baby.
Then probably go Mamma Mia. Just like, bro. No, I'll probably go.
Shuddered.
I'd probably go the 4th. I'll probably go Singing in the Rain.
Huh?
And then the 5th one, I'll probably go the one we just watched.
Uh-huh.
And
Brothers
then
Schubert.
all that jazz.
Wow. So you
You'd hook it.
you do think this belongs on the list of people you should see? People should see musicals. People should see this as a musical of top
Just for those
contention.
Just for the same reason as I watched it right now. I didn't understand it.
He wants to show it to his students and be like, why? Tell me why this shit works, because I don't know why it works.
No, yeah, because I wanted to see what the
Give me a
big buzz is
20-page
about.
paper.
On why it works.
And just from hearing you guys, I think
Yeah,
people
yeah.
should see it. And
Okay.
So
Yeah.
does your rating change?
It's you don't have to.
Think about the answer.
Yeah,
Does your
for
rating
sure,
change?
for sure. Thank you.
Nine
Yeah.
point to what?
9.
It went down?
Yeah, I hate it now. Because nobody listened to me when I was trying to talk.
I did,
after,
bro.
bro.
Nah.
I even started
nah.
taking notes and everything.
8.9 for you.
Oh, now you're rating us.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
What's my rating?
Huh? 9.9. You'd be at 10
If I was skinny.
if you were naked. No, I'm joking.
We're still on the students? What? No. You get a B, but if you were naked, you get an A.
Yeah.
Now let me see those
male
D's.
student.
Oh my God. That's got to be the.
You got an 8.9. What did I
It's such a problematic role play, Like, oh, what do I need to do for extra credits? Like, just do your homework,
What about these tits?
get? No, just your homework. Not good.
Yeah,
I was thinking of that Shane Gillis joke. You need to get titty fucked behind a Home Depot.
What the hell? It's terrible.
You always think about that joke?
No, because he's talking about like when crack kids go from like little side missions to you gotta get titty fucked behind a Home Depot.
Oh my
Put
God.
your put Dorito on my titty, suck Dorito off my titty.
Okay. Well, it's
So
fucking
did I.
gas.
9.5 still. I think that there's a lot of merit in this one. I think it's something that it's not going to be palatable for everybody, and that's okay. But I think if you do want to explore what musicals came from and this big boom and like reshaping what it could be,
Oh, yeah.
I think you definitely need to see this.
I'll go up to 9.5 as well. I think this is too important of a musical to be forgotten. And I have a closing anecdote if you guys care to hear it.
Yes, of
Well,
course.
Castro, did you change your
I was going to get there. I was just
I'm sorry.
saying in regard to that.
Man, you know what? I really want to like it.
I really wanted to.
I really
do
want it to be
something.
good, but it's just not. So moving on. No, you said 6.5. Did it change
It's like
at all?
trying to get you guys to change your rating on Sharknado. Jeez.
Just from what you guys said, I'll probably go up to 6.6.
All right, my man.
It's something.
You gave Sweetney Todd a better fucking rating,
heck
man.
is Sweetney Todd?
I don't know, but it's not a 6.5.
Well, it wasn't this.
Because there wasn't enough murder. It was just
There
a bunch
wasn't
of-
enough English.
It was a bunch of people singing about umbrellas,
Yeah.
and it's raining, and none of them have umbrellas. It's so
We should
stupid.
have had umbrellas here.
But anyway,
Good
what's
point.
your
Can't have them
closing-
indoors. I have an anecdote about just why preservation's important. And Jacques Demy fucked up, and he realized it.
How did he fuck
So
up?
he shot this film in what was called the East. If I'm not mistaken, look it up. It's like the Eastman film stock, and he understood very quickly that it was Eastman color process. So the Eastman color process for film, for celluloid, fades really like it fades over time. So
Okay.
as you guys know, the 60s. We're gonna run a film through the projector.
Yeah.
And after fucking, whatever, 100 screenings or whatever, it's gonna fuck up.
Yeah.
It's gonna fuck up and it's gonna fade. So what he did was he knew this was gonna happen to an extent, and Technicolor was now seen as an old process of Hollywood. And he was trying to emulate Hollywood musicals in this. He was trying to depict a Hollywood musical, but he's like, nah, I'm not gonna go with the 3-strip Technicolor process. It's too outdated. I'm gonna go with this new Eastman color process, despite the fact that it fades over time. What I'm gonna do, he said, he did 3 master copies in black and white, and each of them he tinted to magenta, yellow, cyan, and magenta. Your principal colors, right? These were the foundations to be able to restore the picture in 1990s. Was these 3 master copies that were in black and white and tinted to color.
Was he the first one to come up with that?
I don't know. I don't think so. Or maybe, but I don't think so
But he
because
was really big
it's RGB, right? I mean, it's the same principle of RGB.
But he was already
Rugaba.
thinking about preservation.
So you're saying that?
Yes, he was thinking about preservation.
Nice.
His intention was so that this can be preserved.
So you're saying
Which
that
is
the
weird.
print has more frames?
The what?
The
Yes.
print, because it has RGB.
Yes.
It means it went through.
Anyways.
the faster.
Our PC people got that.
Thank
Agnes
you.
Varda and his kid, Thomas, I think Thomas
Anderson?
Demy. No, not Thomas Anderson. They were the supervisors to restore this picture in the 90s. I think it was 1990. Oh, yeah, this is a fun fact. The one that plays the daughter at the end, she was a team member on this film's restoration project in 2013 when they restored it yet again.
No way.
Yeah.
They had
Yeah.
to. They had to.
So
Dude,
cool,
it's
right?
What a load.
But I just wanted to talk about just why these colors are so vivid and why, like, he knew that if the film was going to fade, people weren't going to see it the way he wanted to. And if this was to stand the test of time, and he did believe in the picture that much, I'm going to make this new process. Do it in black and white so that we highlight the lighting almost. And we have the contrast
Yeah, that's what I'm
really,
thinking, yeah.
right?
So other people can mess with it.
Yeah. Well, the black
The
and white,
yeah,
right?
the
Just the detail in the shape, right,
Yeah.
of the picture, and then reintroduce color to it
With the other.
so that we can hide in the color.
Yeah.
It's color correcting in the 60s, right? The way they do it before is just like they'd either hand tint a frame, which was 1920s, right, or chemical baths.
Yeah.
Right? He's saying, no, we're going to tint the entire print
And
in
have
3
the-
different colors
yeah.
and almost stack on top of each other. That's where modern color correcting is. I just thought that was so cool.
That is
And
interesting.
also, thinking ahead for film preservation, nobody fucking did that, which is why we lost so many movies. We lost so many
How many
fucking
do you think we
movies.
lost?
Hundreds.
6.
No, there's a count. Hundreds of George Méliès's films alone. We lost thousands of film in not preserving cinema.
Over
3,500 lost films in the history of cinema.
of the silent.
And that's
films
just the
gone.
ones we know about.
Yeah, but that's like student films.
Wait, so
man.
75% of the silent era. is lost?
Yes. The majority of the silent era gone. Because film nitrate burned too easily, because film stock was bad, it wasn't preserved. They didn't know that temperatures affected film stock. I mean, everything, man.
Daylight, everything,
You know,
yeah.
it's just so, it sucks.
Holy shit, that's a lot of Méliès.
Yeah, there's like over 100 Méliès films.
Mostly, yeah.
So sad.
Oh, man.
Anyways, but Jacques Demy said no. Fuck that. This
gonna
film
save movies.
deserves to be preserved, and then now they did.
Nice.
On a closing note, you guys hear about Seth MacFarlane
No.
teaming up with the great
Oh.
Marty Scorsese?
I thought you were talking about the Family Guy thing.
No, I don't know.
I
So
think I read
Seth MacFarlane's organization teamed up with
Oh,
Martin Scorsese's
for
organization
animation.
to preserve animated films.
Ah, nice. And then with Seth.
Then they're
hell
gonna
yeah.
go back, and they showed a side by side of one of the restorations. It looks fucking amazing.
Really?
Yeah, and it was like Tom and Jerry or that one. Yeah.
Oh wow.
What do you? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, look at the green. Look at the film stock. Looks bad. And then Scorsese's foundation said, "Yeah, we can fix that." And now they're
Oh,
teaming
wow.
up to preserve animated cinema.
That's cool as hell,
Yeah,
man.
So fucking cool.
Seth MacFarlane is one of the
One of the greats,
pioneers of cartoons, man.
pioneers, and one of the like actual true honoring cartoon history.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's true, dude. I never
Dude,
saw
he
it
worked
like
for
that.
Hanna-Barbera. He worked for Cartoon Network. Like this man was great. And teaming up and saying, "Hey, Marty, Film Foundation, why aren't we preserving more animated cinema?" Right.
That's-
So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool, man.
Next week, I have no idea what we're talking about.
Whose pick is it?
I have no idea.
Castro.
Castro. Oh, dear God. How opposite are you going to go, man? Where are we going with this? Is it a free pick?
Yes.
Next week we're covering Fight Club.
Nah,
Probably.
man. I was thinking like something modern or
You just look up Jake Gyllenhaal films. Roadhouse. All right, cool.
Roadhouse.
I forgot it's
What
in day
the
after
fuck?
tomorrow.
I did too.
The fuck
Hey,
is going on
Prisoners.
over here?
Prisoners, Castro.
Breakfast.
I haven't seen Prisoners.
Oh, Prisoners is hard to watch.
I've never seen Zodiac either.
I've never seen End of Watch.
You have never seen Zodiac?
I've never seen Zodiac. We've talked about this. I've never seen. I've seen End of
No,
Watch.
because we've talked about this. I wouldn't talk to you, bro.
I feel like End of Watch is an interesting one because it's very experimental in its approach.
That
I've
clip
seen-
has been popping up a lot. The like, I'm not gay, but I'd go down on him. And he's like,
Yeah, it's
I
like,
need
yeah,
to know
stop
when you're
joking
joking.
around.
yeah. I recently saw it again.
It doesn't really hold up.
What is it called? The first person view, whatever.
The POV thing.
Kind of doesn't hold up.
For which one?
End of Watch.
And the watch.
Yeah, I
I
haven't
loved
seen
it.
it.
I loved it. I rewatched and I was like,
Isn't Prisoners? Who did Prisoners? Fincher?
no, it's the same one that did the same year.
Moneyball?
No, Enemy.
Enemy.
Is that
I've
Spanish
never
dude-
seen Stronger either.
that Spanish dude?
Guadon? Who?
Vicente Fernandez?
No,
You
that
could
Spanish
just look
dude.
it up.
Click on the fucking
I was
film.
looking for it. Jeez.
Villanueva, whatever his name is.
Oh, Denis.
Denis
Denis Villeneuve.
there we
Spanish
go. That
dude.
guy.
Dude.
He's French.
He's French?
Canadian.
Well, the
French
last
Canadian,
name looks
actually.
kind
He's
of.
Quebecian.
He's Quebecian. He actually is.
Good old Quebec.
Good old Quebec. Good old Quebec
Oh, my
doing the
God.
film. Yeah, anyways.
I had one
I've
in the
never seen
chamber. I can't think about it right now. And I know you guys don't want to do like semi-pro or science or nothing like that
We're just not at our comedy. Unless we are.
Yeah, I wouldn't do comedy yet.
yet. I had one. I just damn it right now.
Signs is fine.
I don't want fine. I want hell yeah.
Yeah, give us a hell yeah film.
Yeah.
Give us a hell yeah film.
I thought of one. I just forgot which one it was. Hold on.
Give us one that men look at and they're just like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
all
Signs would
the-
actually probably be that.
Really?
Old was good. No, director.
I forgot which one it was.
You're going to cut this, right, Austin? That
No.
No, no.
All good.
Just, no, but like just to get to the part where he's
Oh,
like,
The
we're
Sixth
doing.
Sense.
No, this is good little
it's good.
banter,
It's fine.
man.
It's fine. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Don't
I'm
overthink it.
sorry.
6 Sense, man.
So you guys would pick Six Signs over Signs?
I would.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen either.
Then
You guys haven't seen The Sixth Sense?
Give me a pen and a paper.
I know,
Hello,
like-
we're gonna
Yo,
start
man,
writing.
I was having a
spoiler?
conversation with my coworker today about just the sad state of Bruce Willis right now. It's a good point of conversation.
Oh, dude, I can't watch the videos, man.
I know, with his
With the
daughter,
especially-
yeah, the
especially-
missing tooth.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're
but
just
that's
like,
my point.
that's
It's a good
not-
topic of conversation
happened?
right now. Bruce Willis has dementia.
No, but I mean, what about
No.
the tooth? You didn't know that?
Yes.
No, I didn't.
He's done
Oh,
acting
shit.
because he
That's-
couldn't remember lines anymore.
That's
and shit.
why a
the
couple
spectacles.
of years ago, he made like an absurd amount of
That was
films.
my theory. That was my theory, too.
Yeah, no, like he just did a bunch of them just to like
Maybe.
finish it off.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Wait,
Castro.
this motherfucker is the kid,
Yes, he's the kid.
The guy-
I see dead people.
the guy from the
Entourage.
Entourage movie.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
By the way, I know it's not Shyamalan, but AI, man.
Oh, no.
No?
Nah.
Why? You didn't like it?
I did not like it.
It's Kubrick and Steven Spielberg.
It's one of his worst ones.
Who?
Kubrick's. Oh,
That
well,
was
Eyes
gonna
Wide
be
Shut is
his
probably
swan
pretty
song.
bad.
I have never seen Eyes Wide Shut. I do want to see it.
You haven't seen Nicole Kidman? Sorry.
I've seen the scenes, sure.
Okay.
Smoking weed, you know?
Yeah.
Headlights on.
I thought of one. I can't remember. I'm so pissed off at myself. You guys want to do
Not rock and roll.
The Sixth Sense?
I'm down
do,
for
Sherlock Holmes Part 1 and 2.
Dude, you guys don't even want to go there, bro.
What
Why?
do you mean?
We could just the first one alone is amazing, bro.
There you go.
But
better than The Sixth Sense.
that's a guy you can't hit.
Hey, man, you want to do Guy Ritchie one? Do it, man. I do a lot of Scorsese picks.
I'll admit this. Guy Ritchie's films are more like
Splash.
no, yeah, but it's more of a protagonist that I watch it. You know, I like the protagonist on all his films.
I just
it's
also
not so
think-
much it's a great film. It's just a good story of the protagonist.
I also think that
Let's do the
Arthur.
Man from Uncle. Love that movie.
nah.
Except for the guy who like beats women.
I also think The Sixth Sense is a great acting piece. More than Signs.
Yeah, Signs is more of the alien spectacle.
Yeah. When I think of Signs, I think of
Maybe
of
Sixth Sense. Maybe
it was
Sixth
directed by
Sense.
Sayed Ray.
Come on, bro. Come on. What are we doing here? Come on, man.
You're gonna get hurt.
No, from the Apu trilogy. Like, I love Sayed Ray.
Maybe the Sixth Sense,
Yeah, maybe
not.
the Sixth Sense. I have another one in mind. I just forgot
You're
which
still
one
gonna
was.
decide.
Stay tuned for a mystery pick.
I'm trying
No,
to
thank you
remember.
guys for tuning in for the Umbrellas of Cherbourg. I love this picture. I think it should be preserved and talked about more. I had a good time screening it for everybody gradually. And now, gosh,
What the hell does that mean?
Well, then you
Gradually?
guys saw it,
One,
and
yeah.
then he saw it.
Gradually? Oh, okay.
Yeah, because seeing it the first time with you guys was different than seeing it this time. You
Oh,
guys had
yeah,
a lot
for
more-
To
sure.
be fair, we saw it over Discord.
Oh yeah.
And to be
Look.
fair, there was a major pandemic going on.
So you had to sit through it.
Yeah.
Jeez.
No. Look, I know I gave it a 6.6. I went up to a 6.6. I'm not mad that I watched it. It taught me a lot. You know, the history and everything, how other movies pay homage to this. But where am I going with this?
I didn't-
I don't know.
Thank you for tuning
Thank
into
you
the
for tuning
WatchTower
in.
podcast. If you haven't already, please click like and subscribe
What are you
because
still doing here?
yeah, if you're still here and you
Go
haven't liked or subscribed, it's
I hate that
surprising.
movie. Unpopular opinion. I don't care. I think it's overrated.
Which
one?
It's
Ferris
fun.
Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same,
So yeah, please like and subscribe. Thank you for joining us for our podcast as always. And Carlos,
Good night.
good night, everybody.
Love you guys.
I was trying to pull a Castro. It didn't work out.